Oh boy.
Weekends. One of those weekends, Paula.
Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice. Bill is loose tonight, so that is a good thing. He's in rare form, ready to get into Saul Romanovich.
Okay, it's Romanovich. Will you get it?
What did I say? What did I say it was?
I don't know. You said something wrong.
Romanovich.
Yeah, right.
Romanovich.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm not. My bad. I'm gonna make all the Russians mad at home. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Please don't troll me any more than you do with political shit. Anyways,
I'm not saying anything. I know not of what you speak. Juice.
I thought you said we weren't going to talk about.
We're not.
politics.
We're talking about Tyranny of Dragons.
It's been like 2 minutes.
So we have a new character debuting tonight. It's going to be fantastic. Last session, if you have not watched it yet, ended in an epic way. We had Martin tell the group to get stronger, and Crank somehow talked in his sleep and was like, coming from the dead guy. And then Pike fell about 40 feet down a rope, a grappling hook and rope at the feet of a blue dragonborn looking guy. And that was where we ended, right there. So how's
part of my plan?
and he made a great video. Peter made a great video that if you haven't seen, it recaps everything great. So how you guys doing tonight? Don't all speak at once.
I'm peachy.
I'm good.
It's good to see Bill drinking water over there. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, you in order to game, you have to stay properly hydrated, kids. I'm just saying, it's an important part. It's a stressful environment. You gotta stay hydrated. So free advice from Bill at Roll Stats. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to talking about this session tomorrow on Persuasion Check. So,
yeah.
Over on Twitch. That'll be a good time.
I'm feeling really persuasive. Yeah, right.
I don't know if you are, Bill.
I think, you know what? And I don't want to derail the game, but I think that what we should do during Persuasion Check is we should take it like 15 minutes every day and just peruse the hashtag D&D boards and the hashtag TTRPG boards and just free discussion around that on Persuasion Check. I think that's what we should do. I think that from now on, I think we'll add that.
You can't keep it to 15 minutes. That's 2 hours.
So
right there.
I just noticed Peter's background update.
Did you?
Yes.
Nice. I don't know what it is.
Show respect to his fishing buddy.
Oh, gotcha. So, rest in peace, Roz.
Tyranny of Juice.
Nice job, Peter. Peter, you get inspiration for that too. I hope you're keeping track. 3, good. So, how's Crank doing over there? How's a Chance doing in the Great White North?
Like how am I doing personally,
With
or
snow.
how's Crank doing? Oh, well, it melted today, but it's gonna snow again right away. Here, I'm literally looking at the clouds right now.
Chances, a new channel, Chance's Guide to Meteorology, in third world countries. So yeah,
I mean,
right.
I can't really do.
I love it.
Do much with the current. But I don't know.
You know,
How to win a staring contest with a cloud.
I'm gonna do a live internet speed test right now. I'm just curious what my internet speed is.
Oh yeah, so we can all troll Comcast
Yeah.
if it's bad. Yeah,
Ooh,
right.
Ooh. Oh, and I'm hardwired in, by the way. Ooh, it's 40. Oh, up to 60. Oh, it hit 68. There we go. 67.7 for download with an 8 megabytes per second upload speed. So that's awesome.
That's not impressive at all. Like really,
I know.
I like how mine is better and I'm not hardwired in.
How are you not hardwired in? Anyways.
I'm at like a solid 53 download.
Third world, man.
So, yeah, and it looks like an 11 upload, 10 upload, 10.4 upload. So There we go.
It's just
All
as
right.
good as our internet. It's great. So
Yeah.
so all right, no, like this was a huge intro. I'm glad we got all that out of the way. Let's get into having some fun. So, Pike, the last thing you heard before we ended was, "Are you the champion of greenest?" And anyone who was up on the parapet looking down could see Pike went into an immediate rage while still on all fours. Okay. Now, oh man, I was not on the spot I needed to be at. That's no good. I hate when that happens. Okay. There was something I was supposed to read. So anyone who was up on the parapet before they saw Pike crash down, you saw from the darkness, a creature strides into the dim light of the dying fires around the keep. Although it is shaped roughly like a human, it is at least 7 feet tall. Its skin is covered in blue scales. Its fingers bear wicked claws, and its face has the muzzle and reptilian eyes of a dragon. The creature stops about 50 yards from the main gate of the keep as Pike falls before him. A line of kobolds fan out behind it. With their spears, they prod 4 human prisoners into the dim light. You can make out a woman, a teenage boy, in a blood-soaked tunic, and 2 children. Then the half-dragon creature hails the keep. "Defenders of Greenest, is this your champion?" as he holds his spear up. "This has been a successful night, and I am feeling generous. I just want one contest between this man and myself, and we will be gone after this." So, Pike, you're raging?
Yes.
All right. So, behind the wall, what are you doing, Safira, Saul, and Crank? Crank, you were unconscious before, or were you in the... I can't remember if you did the thing where you did your rope trick.
I'm in my rope trick. I'm going to start dragging some of the injured guards in and making some medical checks on them, trying to stabilize them, if that's all the same.
Okay, yep, you could do that. Safira, you were next to Crank when he did the rope trick. Did you go into it with him, or are you still standing on the wall?
I did not. I'm still standing on the wall.
Okay.
I'll actually move forward to the edge of the wall to get a good view on what's going on.
Okay.
About how far away is Pike?
Pike, so the half dragon creature is about 50 feet out from the keep. So the rope kind of goes down on an angle to about 40 feet out.
Okay.
And what are they called on the wall? The crenellations? Is that what they're called?
Sure.
The lower spots that you can kind of see between. Anyways, you can find a spot even as a halfling where you can see down there. Saul, what are you doing?
How far am I from Pike currently?
Where do you want to be? You guys were up on the wall and stuff. Unless you want to go down the rope, there's no way to get out there per se.
Okay, because I want and Pike is down below then, correct?
He's outside of the keep, yes.
Okay.
Remember, he went down the rope in a gracious, smooth, acrobatic fashion and tumbled.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move up closer, like stay on the wall, not go down, but move to get a better view of Pike. For the fight, obviously. Yeah. And I'm like, "You've got this, buddy!" Like I'm yelling out sort of the encouragement to him. So like, nice. Keep your feet up, right? Keep your hand up, keep your hand in front of your face, and like keep moving, keep dancing. You got it. I'm giving him the rope-a-dope talk. So yeah.
So Saul, you find a spot next to Safira, actually. Okay. And also near you, you guys see the governor come step up, also next to you with the dwarf. Whose name was Castellan. So both of them kind of walk up, and as the prisoners are kind of out there, all of a sudden you see someone who's with Castellan who recognizes them clearly, and Castellan starts holding him back and says, no, let's see if he can handle this, and holds this guy back. Now you hear Governor Nighthill turns to you guys and says, "My friends, you've demonstrated your prowess all throughout this frightful night. I realize this is an awful burden to bear. Just please stay out of this, and maybe we can keep the prisoners safe. And I hope your friend will be okay." Meanwhile, cut back down to Pike. Roll initiative, Pike.
All right.
The rest of us don't get to roll initiative too?
You can.
12.
Should we?
You got a 12?
Yep.
Okay, mine is... You're going to end up going first. I did get a 3. Let me start a new sheet. All right, Pike. So the dragon guy yells out and says, "I want a one-on-one fight. Should anyone get involved, the woman dies." And he says, "And to show good faith, let the children go." The 2 children are let go, and they run straight to the gate. What'd you get, Safira? For initiative?
Well, if we're not supposed to do anything,
I
guess
mean,
I'm
you
just
can
gonna
do whatever
stand
you
here
want. This is a
Wink,
role.
wink,
And-
nod.
and watch.
This is a role-playing game. You can do whatever you want.
I don't know, man.
What'd you get for initiative?
I got a 6.
What'd you get, Crank?
I got an 18, which is my highest initiative to date, at least for this
amazing.
character. I know.
And what'd Saul get?
15.
15. Okay, cool. All right. So, Crank, what would you like to do from the comfort of your hidey hole?
I'll drag one of the injured guardsmen in
Okay.
and try and perform some kind of medical remedy on him. Just help
Okay.
get him healed up a little bit, or at least stabilized.
Yeah, you can do that. There's like 3 that are near you that you could try and pull up into your hole.
Sure, I'll pull as many as possible.
Okay. Next would be Saul.
The children have been released at this point.
Yeah, they kept the teenager and they kept the woman.
Okay, so I yell down to the kids to come up on the wall. "Come on up, kids. Come here. I'm going to show you a magic trick."
All right. All right, and then Pike, it is your turn. So you see this guy gripping a spear. He's got a great sword on his back as well, but right now he's holding his spear. You can see the claws of his feet are kind of digging into the dusty dirt. Obviously not wearing shoes, but his massive clawed feet. And he's got this tail that kind of swings out from underneath a purple robe.
Okay, how far am I from him?
About 10 feet.
Okay, I just move forward and wail on him.
All right. Go for it.
Here we go. Big money. Dirty 20.
Wow.
Nice.
That'll
That'd
hit.
be 3 damage, and I'm going to frenzy because
Good.
I don't think there's a limit to that.
Okay.
So it's a bonus action, attack again. And another damn 1 on my damage roll. That's a 22 to hit, 3 more damage.
Okay, so total of 6.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right, and it is now Safira's turn. What would you like to do?
So, Safira is going to, she kind of crouches down low behind the wall so that nobody else can see her. And she takes the feather that's floating above her staff, and she puts it in her hand. And when she opens her hand, there's a bird, which then begins to fly up above and kind of circles around this fight.
Okay. So a bird now is flying above everybody. All right.
Correct.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. It is his turn. So he, after taking these 2 hits from a longsword, is that right, Pike, or what were you using?
Yeah, my
Longsword.
Yeah.
So as you attack twice with longsword and hit him, and I mean, you can tell it did some damage. Probably ripped up his beautiful purple cultist robes that you can see in the picture.
I would have crushed Saul, so.
It would have. It probably would have. So he then is going to attack you with his spear. And that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yep.
All right. So the first hit with the spear kind of comes up at your rib cage I rolled 1 damage as well. So that's 5 damage from the first attack. The second attack this one will be a 17 as well. And that one is going to be for 7 points of damage. He then, you can see, roars and decides to do an action surge and attacks you again. That's a 20-something, and that is for 6 points of damage.
I mean, we ended last episode with a character death. Why not just start this episode with character death?
So that one kind of stabs you in the arm, and he's doing like this crazy stuff with the spear. Like he'll do a spin and like thrust it, and then another weird spin like off to the side, one-handed, and thrust it again. And this one's a crit. For 5. 11 points of damage.
No, so is it 6 and 11? Or is that?
Yeah. Yep. So 17 total.
Holy cow.
There.
Jeez,
And that was his turn.
Okay, so that's piercing damage, I assume?
Yes, piercing damage. Yes, piercing.
I take half damage.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. Let's see if I'm still up here.
Wow. What a day already. Man.
I'm not even sure my bird's gonna get to do anything.
No, I don't even know where to start.
How's Pike looking over there? What's he doing as a response?
Bloody, but not broken.
All right, I like it. We'll see about that next time. All right. So Crank, we are back up to you, buddy. You're healing some guys, and you see your friend just take like 4 hits, with the last one just going like right through his arm, like the arm muscle, and out the back.
That's really terrible and everything, but I can't do anything about it. Like
the soldier laying there next to you who's like watching this is like, I'd hate to be that guy.
And I'll look at his like electrical or burnt lightning damaged body, and I'll be like, yeah, it's been a rough day. And I'll keep performing my so you mentioned that there were 3 kind of in the vicinity.
Yeah.
How many was able to get in, would you say?
We'll say 1 probably per turn.
Sure, I'll repeat the same turn then and try and get another one kind of in and stabilized.
Okay. And you're able to do so. Saul, it is now your turn from the wall.
So, the kids are coming up onto the wall, correct?
So they've been let in through the gate,
Yep.
and they are actually making their way up to that. You hear them yelling, "Daddy, Daddy!" And the guy next to you actually comes down to a knee and brings them in and embraces them.
Okay, perfect. So they're up on the wall. In the meantime, I am going to cast message as a cantrip towards the blue dragonborn. And I'm going to say piercing damage. That's it. You'll take him down with piercing damage. Continue to use the piercing damage. Into his mind. Essentially, he's hearing that in his head.
Okay. I like it. All right, Pike. It's your turn, buddy.
Holy cow! Already. All right. So does it, to drink a potion take an action? Do I have to like
It does.
disengage or something? Or
Yeah.
You don't have to. It doesn't provoke, but yeah, it does take an action to drink a potion.
okay. Well, I've got my one use item, and that happened to be a potion. And
Okay.
I will take it.
You want to do anything else?
I got a bonus action. I can attack it.
There you go.
So let me find. So potion of superior healing. What's that? Oh, I don't know what that is. D whatever.
Off the top of my head, I don't know.
Sure.
It is good. See if I can pull it up quick.
8d4 plus 8 hit points. Does that sound correct?
That sounds fine. Sounds good to me.
Plus 8.
Yes.
Man, why would you have just gotten the supreme healing, man?
Hey, the village didn't have that much. Okay, so I took what they could give me.
That's fair.
I hope he heals a lot.
Yeah. that
Oh
was
yeah,
cool.
he'll be all right.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
you
at
s-
least for like a couple rounds, maybe.
So Pike chugs this drink, and then he like, you're gonna swing a short or your short sword at him, or long
I'll
sword.
attack it with my sword again.
Yeah.
That would be that's a hit on a 19, I would hope.
That does hit.
Okay, that's 9 damage.
9 damage. So this time when you hit him again, you slice through the robe some more, revealing splint mail. You can see he's got some splint mail covering his upper torso.
Armor.
Yup. And it is now Safira's turn.
Safira is just standing up at the wall, saying a couple prayers for her friend Pike down there. Wishing him the best of luck in all of his endeavors.
Pike, I think you've been future endeavored. You're fired from this adventuring party. No. Okay.
That's it.
All right,
The
cool.
bird will continue to just fly around.
So you see this blue dragon, and he takes his spear and jabs it into the dirt and draws his great sword.
Why? I told him piercing damage.
Yeah, what am I thinking? You know what? He's not going to do that either. You know what? He does do that with his spear. He does not draw his sword yet. You see him cock back like this, and then just lunge forward with his mouth wide open, and lightning breath comes out.
You're a bastard, Juice.
Give me a dex save, Pike.
Oh yeah. That's a straight 10.
That is not good enough.
But I have inspiration. I shall roll again.
That is a good idea. That is a good idea.
With a 4.
So yeah, you didn't make it then.
No.
27 points of lightning damage.
Jesus.
Can I use my inspiration again? Since I
Go
have
for
another.
it. Go for it, and then maybe only half damage.
13.
All right, you made it.
Okay.
Oh.
I am still
You
up
needed
then.
a 13 to make it.
And I am still up.
So you take half the damage of what I said. Of what
Okay,
you're-
that was close.
All right. And you were raging, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't take
See-
half from lightning.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. At one level, you take half of everything but psychic, I think, for the most part.
Yeah, I am not there yet.
Third level.
I don't.
We're
Yeah, I don't. I think.
three.
I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a minute
Three.
since I played a barbarian. All right. So that was his turn, and
Okay.
we are back up top to Crank.
I'm gonna repeat the and get the last guy kind of stabilized.
Okay. So you're pulling the last guy in, and all of a sudden, out of the corner of your eye, you see the whole sky light up with lightning as your friend gets blasted with lightning. And you start healing this new guy. He's like, oh, I know how that feels.
Like, yep, that is unfortunate.
Saul, the kids are now with their father right next to you.
So Saul messages again. My ancestors are smiling on me, Imperials. Can you say the same? No, he doesn't say that. He says, this. There is no honor in this. There's no honor in this path. You are not honoring your ancestors. You are not honoring. You're not showing your strength. You're actually showing your weakness. This creature is clearly weaker. This creature is clearly not worth. Is clearly not worth the time and effort that you're putting into it. And yet you shamefully frightened attack, like you should be attacking this creature with a weapon that would match his strength. You should be attacking this creature with a weapon that matches his skill. You attempt to bring honor to your ancestry and your clan, and yet you bring nothing but shame. You bring nothing but shame. Your ancestors are not smiling upon you, my friend.
With Messenger, can they respond?
They can in a whisper, that in a message that only I can hear.
So you hear him say back, "Who is this? Do you wish to take his place?"
I don't know. I don't think that I can respond back until next round.
Okay.
Like, in other words, I think I can message, they
Yeah.
can message back. Yeah. So
Okay.
I mean, if you want to allow me to respond, but I think
it's
I
good to
can
wait.
send a message and they can send a message back. So yes.
I like that. We'll do that. Pike, it is now your turn. You got this, right? You got this.
How's he looking?
He's got like a scratch on his armor and like a couple nicks in his scales, but there's no blood or anything yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're showing him who's boss, Pike.
All right. So, Chance, you're familiar with shape water. How much create or destroy water? How much water does that create?
Good question. I think it's a 10-foot cube. I don't know. This is something I can search up pretty quick though.
I'm wearing the Bullet Club skull hat just for you tonight, Pike.
10 gallons.
Yeah, 10 gallons. So a 30-foot cube. I'm a little bit off. But yes, a 30-foot cube.
So it just douses the area?
Yeah. Or in an open container, but yeah. So you can either create 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container. Alternatively, the water falls as rain in a 30-foot cube within range. Or you can destroy, and it kind of does the opposite.
All right, I'm going to, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to attempt to call a wave with my shape water and send a wave at him and see if I can knock him down.
Okay. So you want to try and
this
knock
is
him
amazing.
prone?
Yeah.
All right.
I
I'll
love
allow it. What do you think? Do you think it would be a strength or a con? Probably a strength save to withhold it, right? Being knocked over.
Well, it could be a dex as well, but yeah. Right.
Yeah, I don't know if he's getting out of the way of a 30-foot cube.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I was thinking more like to hold his footing, but like, yeah.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go with the strength, and if you knock him down, he'll take some damage. So,
of course, you're gonna go with strength because, like, that he's freaking proficient and that's super strong.
Yeah, he gets like a +4.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I could do athletics. Good call.
Oh, you're such.
So, do me a favor, Pike. Why don't you? Strength is good for you, right? Roll an athletics check. I mean, I know you're using a wave of
4.
water, but let's see.
Athletic. You want me to athletics check?
Yeah, I got an 11.
10.
All right,
Quick
so I win
question.
by
Quick
one.
question. Wait, hold on.
Go for
Quick
it.
question. Would that be? He's not. Oh, he's just making a save.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be considered like an attack roll situation.
Correct.
Are you sure?
I mean, fine, let's do it. What's happening here?
Clearly, Paula has something up her
Yeah,
sleeve.
let's see what happens.
Because
Paula.
then-
It's an attack roll of water. Let's do this.
Okay, because then Pike gets advantage.
Okay. So roll again, Pike. And what does that look like, Safira? Does
That
it
was
look
lower.
like something? That was lower. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No,
what I think.
that's my little bird.
So the
It's
bird
not-
sings
as
a
a-
song, and Pike feels inspired to
No,
roll
as
worse.
a reaction, I can use it to grant advantage to
Sure.
an ally.
So how does
within-
it?
Little bird.
Does it like distract the bad guy? Like how does that like? How
No,
is it
it's
granting
because it's an actual hawk, so it allows you to see through its eyes, like temporarily,
Oh,
let's
okay.
say, and helps you to predict their moves.
So Pike does this, and it's looking good, and then all of a sudden, like he sees through a hawk's eyes, and it screws him up, and he rolls a 4, and it's way worse.
Okay.
Anyway, so it does hit him. Roll a d6 for damage. I will still take some damage, but he stays up. And Saul, you hear in your head the dragon thing was speaking back to you, but then all of a sudden you hear him go, oh, damn it.
Nice.
All right.
Saul kind of smirks.
It is now Safira's turn.
Now, with the bonus action, do I still get to attack him or no? Since
I'll
I
allow
used that.
I'll
Okay.
allow it. This will be the last time I allow that, though.
Oh, okay. That's a hit, and he takes 23 would be a hit. He's going to take 4 damage.
All right. So again, you hit him. It doesn't do much. You're like, yeah, I can see where I hit him. Yes.
Yeah, but we don't know about the emotional damage that's taking a toll on him. So,
You might need therapy after this.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Probably all
There-
these hits getting through. All right, Safira, what you doing over there?
I'm just hanging out.
All right.
I got nothing. I
Behind
got
you
100%
see
nothing.
Saul in deep thought. You're not sure what's going on there. You see the sergeant with his 2 children, with the dwarf kind of making sure that the sergeant's okay and kind of checking back to the fight every now and then. And Governor Nighthill just looks so concerned. Like he does not look like this is going well. And yeah, so that's what you see. It is now the guy's turn. So Saul, you hear him in your head say, "Ugh, you say a common weapon? All right." And now he pulls out the great sword. Sword to sword. 19 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. How many hit points you got left?
Probably not enough.
So it's 11 points of damage from the first attack.
Okay, I take half
You take half.
because slashing.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay.
Slashing.
All right, still up.
Oh, crit fail. So he swings this other sword down at you, and you manage to block it with your sword. And when you do, it appears that he was trying to go for non-lethal damage and hit you with like the flat end of the sword. And when he does, it just folds over your sword in half and snaps. And so he throws the blade of the sword to the side. And then it is now Crank's
Nice
turn.
job, lizard man.
Yeah, already.
I'm trying.
Crank.
I actually have a little bit of an idea here. So this guy is essentially doused and surrounded by really just a pool of water at this point, right?
Yeah. So is Pike.
Okay. I'm gonna fair
Yeah,
point.
always Pike. Yeah, right.
I'm gonna use shape water and form somewhat of a sphere over the dragon man's head and kind of
Wonder
drown
Twin
him out a
powers
little bit.
activate shape of sphere.
As you do this, you see all the water droplets like start coming together and form over the dragonborn's head. And he looks up and says, I hope this is your doing, or whoever else is doing this will pay.
Well, I mean, it's just somatic components.
Oh yeah,
and
he
I'm
doesn't know it's
inside
you.
of
He's saying
inside
that
of
to
my
Pike.
little invisible room.
Yeah, he's
But
saying
yeah,
that to Pike.
I'm gonna try and drown him out. Drowning in 5e takes forever, by the way. It's 1 plus your Constitution modifier minutes, and that's how much you can hold your breath underwater. And then
Can you get me in that sphere of water too?
it's only I can only make a 5-foot thing,
Okay.
so I don't know.
So you're like
I
bringing
don't
it down over the guy's head
Yeah,
and trying to
just
keep it there
drowning
as
him.
much as possible.
Yeah, I mean it's within the purview of the spell.
Sure.
There's
I'm
a
not
second
arguing that.
part. But
Yeah, I just was trying to
can-
understand your intention. That's all.
Yeah. So
Okay.
at the very least, it'll disorient him a little bit.
All right. It is Saul's turn. Saul, do me a favor. Give me a persuasion check, by the way.
You bet. That is 21.
Okay. So you can tell that right before this water surrounds his head, he replies back, maybe the gods are speaking, or maybe the gods intend for me not to use this weapon.
So Saul, as he hears that, Saul casts thaumaturgy this time, not message, but actual thaumaturgy. And so I'm going to throw my voice, but increase it by 3 times, increase the volume of it by 3 times, and speak in dragon. How dare you ask who this is? I speak for all dragonkind. Prove your worth. Drop your weapon and charge.
I love it. Make another persuasion check.
Okay.
Ooh, I rolled a nat 20, by the way.
I have a +5 to persuasion, so let's see what I have.
So that means I have
Very
21.
nice.
I have a 23. So,
All right. So, yeah, and as you say that, the water just engulfs his head. So we heard it just as the water like submerges his head. And it's Pike's turn, and Pike, because this water's in his head, you have advantage.
Obviously, Levi has not forsaken me, and I shall attack him.
obviously.
13,
That will not hit.
but I have 1 more inspiration. I shall use it.
Oh, this is great. I'm making him blow through those.
14.
Not good enough.
Okay. I got my bonus action. I attack him again.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Camera out here. Okay, good. Archive that. So is it? How do you do it? Double the dice.
Double damage dice. Yep.
Okay, so it'd be 7 plus 11 damage.
Oh, nice. So you have managed to draw blood. Finally. So what's it look like? I mean, as you draw some blood.
What I expected.
Yay, Pike.
So I imagine you like slashed across like his arm, and like there's a line and just a couple drops of blood start flowing out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I didn't even know these lizards had blood, so.
All right. Safira. Nothing.
I don't have anything.
All right. It is now his turn.
No.
So in his head, hearing this, he's gonna try and make another save. Try to beat that 23. He can't anyway, so it doesn't matter. He's now going to lunge at you, Pike, and try to tackle you. Oh, I gotta roll for a recharge. Okay, did not get it. So as he lunges at you and attacks you, the first attack. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna take 5 points of damage from his claw.
So that's
Jesus, Pike, I'm trying, man. Like, I'm sorry.
He is now going to attack.
He dropped his weapon. Like,
It's slashing, by the way.
okay. Good. So all right.
He's now going to attack again with his other claw. And that is a 19. Oh, whoops, I don't have to roll for damage. Sorry.
Juice,
It'd be the
switch
same
your
amount of
dice,
damage
man.
this time. It'd be fine.
Switch
I didn't have to
dice,
roll for
Juice.
that.
Juice, find your unlucky dice. Switch your dice. Like
I have.
so,
I'm
like,
using
you're
the-
rolling too high, man.
I'm using
Like, yeah.
boring colored dice tonight.
Well, switch to the fancy dice that roll lower.
Fancy
yeah, right.
crit more.
Yeah.
All right, so that was his turn.
Borrow some of Paula's dice. Go walk over and borrow Paula's dice. And yeah, right.
And you guys see a woman in purple robes kind of step forward, and she turns and says, "Kyanrath, are you done having your fun yet? This is dragging on a bit longer than we have." All right, and then it is now Crank's turn.
All right, so I'm gonna enact another clause of the Shape Water cantrip, which lets me change the opacancy of the water, and I'm just gonna make it so you can't see through it, whether it's like a black color, I'd imagine.
Okay.
And
Like a
essentially
murky-
blind. Well, my goal is to essentially blind this dragonborn fellow,
Sure.
and that's all I can really do.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry guys, not I'm typing in the wrong spot.
Oh, it's all good. I can see that more than the Zoom chat anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Saul, it is your turn.
Okay, so the woman in purple robes that steps forward, she clearly seems like perhaps she is in charge, correct? I guess what I'm saying is
Probably
when
on
she
the
says
same
this,
tier as him. You don't know
When she
necessarily
says
the ranks.
but when she says, so has there been time enough for when she says this to Kynrath, do I see has he had a reaction to her statement yet? Or
No, he's in a bloodthirsty rage with water around his head that now you can't see his head.
Okay. I'm not going to push it. I got nothing for this round. I'm going to pass.
Okay.
I'm going to pass this round and hope that Pike can handle an unarmed assailant.
Okay. Pike, go ahead. You got advantage if you attack.
I got advantage.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't see.
Oh,
Man can't
all
see, a man can't fight.
right. So I So I can
Karate
still
Kid
attack him with
fans.
I still can attack with my sword, right? Are we
Yep.
like grappled, or is he just like clawing at me?
He's just clawing at you. Like he lunged forward at you, but he's not. He's just swiping at you with his claws.
All right. So let's see. 16. Is that a hit or a roll?
Nope.
I got advantage. Okay, that is not a hit. So I rolled lower.
17 or higher.
Of course. Well, a 4 doesn't get me there either. An 18 plus does
Hits.
7 damage.
Oh, that's a good amount.
Yeah, he might be at half, maybe.
All right. Ooh, how does this work? Okay, cool. By the way, you don't have advantage, even though he can't actually see moving forward. All right, so it is something I just looked at on his character sheet.
Oh, okay.
Blind sight.
Fantastic. Why not?
That's why I was like, oh, I didn't notice this. This is great.
And he would have gotten advantage from me anyway.
For one of them as a
Yeah.
reaction.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing how much you learn when you actually read the material, Juice. Like
It's a stat block. Come on, I don't... Hey, Saul.
Dude, if this is him not reading it though, don't encourage.
Oh, valid.
Like,
Good point.
Hey, Bill.
Good point.
124
Yeah, right.
of the Rule Encyclopedia, right?
Look, like Martin hasn't even gotten to introduce his character yet. Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
Safira, it's your turn. Nothing?
Yeah, guys, I've got nothing. I've got nothing
All right.
that is within
I will-
range.
I
I've
will
got no
skip
spell
you
slots.
until something drastic changes.
It's you know what? So Saul looks over at Safira and says, "It's okay. I don't worry. I'll tell Tatiana you froze. It's cool." Like,
All right.
My hawk circles back, who pecks out Saul's eye, and then continues flying.
Kyan Wrath grabs his spear and he sticks a hand up like this to tell the woman in purple to back off. And then he's going to attack twice with his spear.
yeah, but at least this is piercing damage, Pike. Like
Crit
you're
on one.
getting, yeah. So
Oh, of course.
The other one is only a 12 to hit.
Oh,
Does
he
12
actually
miss,
missed.
right?
He
All
must
right.
be getting tired.
Wearing him
Clearly.
down.
So 13 points of damage as he
Oh, yeah.
spears you. Does that drop you?
Oh yeah.
So as he spears you, he lifts you up into the air with it and slams you down. But when he does it, when he pierced you, it did not pierce a vital organ. We'll say it's non-lethal damage. He's not intending to kill you.
Oh,
And
okay,
then-
good. I'm glad
and
he
then
clarified that
He
point.
steps forward and puts his foot on Pike's stomach. And you can feel the claws in your chest as you you fade out of consciousness. And he holds his arms up. Are you not entertained?
oh, nice.
I had to. And then he turns around and is this water like following him like this whole time?
Yeah, it's animated, so it's kind of attached to him more or less.
All right. So he's able to kind of get his mouth out to say that, but then like the water
Sure.
like, covers him up, and then he starts walking away and like trying to get it off. Now, how far away can you do this for?
So this is part of the downside of this spell. The way it's worded, it doesn't make a whole ton of sense. So
Does it
the
give a range?
effect, not on the effects. So the effect I'm enacting in that particular part is, it's the second point. So you can cause the water to form into simple shapes and animate at your direction. This change lasts for 1 hour. So technically it lasts for an hour.
It's just shape water,
Yeah.
and that's a spell.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a cantrip. Like
So are you saying he's dead?
Well, it's one of those things that's up to the DM, right? So this and Control Flame is the other one, I think. And that alongside Mold Earth. Like those 3 cantrips, they're very poorly written for what they are. And because of that, you get a lot of leeway out of them.
Oh shoot! What book is that in?
Elemental
Sounds to
Evil.
me like he's dead.
Well, it's gonna take 4 minutes, so.
Well, and then he gets a couple extra rounds on top of that, equal to his con mod. So it's just a pain in the ass. Drowning in 5e is almost impossible. I've never actually heard of it being done.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
But yeah, it's in the Elemental Evil player or Elemental Evil Player's Companion. You're probably just better off searching it through D&D Beyond.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the spell right now. Oh, there's spells. Okay.
Did they add it into Xanathar's as well? Or was it Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide?
For what?
The cantrips.
Oh, I think it's Xanathar's.
You only have 30-foot range technically, so you probably wouldn't have been able to do it.
For the casting, that's true, but for the effect, it specifies an hour.
Yeah, but you couldn't cast out that far to do it, I would say. The time
Like
is fine.
initially.
Yeah, I would say it's out of your range. But either way, it doesn't matter.
Okay, fair point.
It happened. It's canon. It happened in Greenest.
Sounds good.
So, anyways, the water just drops to the ground as you see your friend get defeated, and then he says that thing, and then he turns around and says, "We can go now. I've had my fun. Let's get back to camp." And you see everybody starting to walk back, and the woman is let go, by the way, and so is her teenage son. And they run to the gate and they're let in. Now, as this happens, sorry, what was that?
I was just gonna add the rope is out there.
Yeah.
That Pike used to get down.
Yep.
Can I use that same rope to get down to where Pike is? Lying dead?
Yeah, he's not dead. He's just unconscious.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. You can do that. Give me an acrobatics check to slide down it.
15.
All right. Yeah, I'll say you're able to do it because it's a grappling hook. It's pretty secure. And you slide down there, and Pike's lying there on his back, bloodied, unconscious, his sword lying right next to him.
I run over to Pike, and I take the egg that's floating on top of my staff.
Another egg. A new egg, right?
And yeah, it reappears. And
okay.
I smash it on his forehead.
Okay. And that heals him?
For 11.
Okay. And when you look around, Pike, you come to taking 11 points of healing, and you look around and you don't see any of the enemies. And you still, like, you feel like where your ribs have cracked and like you're in a lot of pain. Mm-hmm. And looking around, everybody sees that they've kind of disappeared in the darkness as they've left.
Where'd everybody go?
They like walked away or something. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, because you were looking pretty rough there for a minute.
But I'm here now. I made
it. Man, a few words.
Meanwhile, up on the parapet, Governor Nighthill turns to Saul, and he tells you, "I appreciate all that your friends have done. It's too bad we couldn't get a prisoner. I really wish we knew where they were going. And I tell you what, because you guys all look a little rough, I'll give you guys a room here in the keep where you can get a good night's rest. And in the morning, I'll reward you for all the help you gave us."
So Saul looks at the governor and he says, "Ultimately, we are all dead men. Sadly, we cannot choose how, but we can decide how we meet that end in order that we are remembered as men." And then he looks as the Dragonborn turns around, because like we're just doing gladiator quotes at this point, right? He says, "I am not entertained Spaniard. I am Solomon, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next."
So as you said that, you definitely the dragon did before fading into the darkness. He did turn around, and you saw a grin on his face, and you know this is not the last time you will meet.
Saul is pleased with this.
Nice. Crank, you're able to let the guys you've been working on out of the hole, and they go and get further medicine. The governor, yells down to Safira and Pike, "If you guys come in here, we can hopefully get you guys all bandaged up and get you also well rested tonight and talk about a reward in the morning."
Very nice. Very nice.
All right. So
you coming out of your hidey hole now, Crank? Like the
I'll like poke my head out, slowly inch my way out.
So I stand up and pick up my sword, clearly exhausted. And as I reach up and touch the yolk on my face, I know where you keep that chicken.
You're never gonna find it.
It's in a hidey hole.
I have my
I'm
own
going to
hidey
keep
hole.
looking.
Huh.
Well, that was awkward.
I'll get to work on bringing back Athena while I'm able to. And what's the guard captain's name again?
Castellan is the red-bearded dwarf.
Does anyone else hear the who in their head when Chance says Athena, or is it just me?
Just
Am
I
I
always
that
do.
old? Right?
I always do.
Right. Athena?
Yep.
Never
Always
mind. Yeah, right. Okay.
and
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm super old. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah.
I'm right there with you.
I'll walk up to Castellan and I'll tell him that I don't need to sleep in the regular manner, and I'd rather accompany the guards as they go on watch.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I'll
All help
still-
is nice. Here, let me give you some gold for this, then. And he gives you 3 gold.
Sounds good. That'll go towards the Athena budget,
Athena fund.
as it were.
I'm just
Yeah,
looking
'cause
forward to
it's-
killing Athena again.
Oh, I know. And I'll specify that although although I'm like not moving, I can still see and hear and all that other jazz, and I'll be more than happy to listen to any stories that the men may have.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right. So everyone else who decides to can stay in a nice room in the keep. Nice beds, finest quality, Saul. Don't worry. Very, very nice. And I would tell you the thread count, but thread count wasn't a thing back then. So
I know. I maintain it was just
Probably was.
Right. So yeah,
but not in my world.
Okay.
So they get you set up all nicely, down pillows and everything, comfortable. The night passes without any disruptions. You guys sleep harder than you've slept before. Crank, you're able to, hang out, do your thing, and you don't see anything to worry about. The city is destroyed. And in fact, the guards that go out and inspect it and everything and come back, you're able to overhear them saying things like there's practically all anything of monetary value is gone. But food, things like that's left. It doesn't seem like they were setting things up to, get rid of supplies so they could re-raid this place. So basically they just stole anything of value. As, guards are doing this, heading into town is Martin, describe what your character's doing as he comes into town with a mercenary that he happened to pick up in the middle of the night.
Oh.
So you see a rather tattered-dressed person. He looks rather human from a distance. He's got black hair that kind of is pulled back into a ponytail, but there are black feathers sticking out from the sides of his hair as well. His skin seems oddly reflective, almost metallic even. He is dragging this mercenary by a rope, just kind of groaning the entire time as he has him bound and sort of more rope than you probably should have used to bind someone, just to pull them around. He comes towards the gates and he kind of looks up, and his eyes are reflecting very odd different colors depending upon how the light hits them. He yells up, "Open the gates! I've caught one of the soldiers working for the raiders."
The gates open, and you're met with Castellan and Governor Nighthill, who look exhausted, like bags under their eyes. They obviously pulled an all-nighter. And Governor Nighthill says, quick, I want this man interrogated. Castellan, get him into the torture room.
Oof.
Whoa.
That's
torture. Like, is that is that what we're doing?
Saul,
are we gonna, are we waterboarding the raiders now? Is
maybe,
that like
maybe? I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So Castellan takes him and pulls him away. And Governor Nighthill, are Saul, Pike, Safira, Crank, are you guys nearby, or are you still like in your room, or what are you guys doing?
Well, if Saul is nearby, he is not really comfortable with the idea of torture, right? Like I'm just saying. So yeah, right. So he
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, after hearing the word of torture and everything, I mean, does Saul interrupt or does he stay?
Yeah,
quiet?
no, Saul absolutely interrupts and says, if you torture this man, he's going to tell you anything. It doesn't necessarily make it true, right? Like when was torture ever a viable option for
look at Bill
ever getting the truth?
Science. Governor Nighthill looks over at Saul and kind of side-eyes you. And he says, Castellan, take him away. And so he still takes him away. And then Governor Nighthill comes over to you and he puts a hand around your arm, so it's holding your tricep. He says, we're not going to torture him. In fact, I don't have anybody who's specialized in interrogation. But if I can get the fear up, that's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to ask you and your friends, do any of you have the ability to interrogate him and find out where the raiders went?
Yeah, absolutely. yeah, without question.
Crank raises his hand, and yeah, that's kind of our wheelhouse.
That's our specialty.
Yeah.
Interrogation and torture.
Not torture. Again, I'll go Saul has a +5 to persuasion and intimidation. Doesn't have to do anything, right? Like I'm just saying, we don't. Yeah, right.
I also happen to have a pretty good grasp on medicine, and I have both an alchemist kit and a herbalism kit.
So he can torture him and then resurrect him and then torture him some more.
We are outside of. We are outside of initiative order at this point, right? But can I cast a spell at this point? Can I cast a cantrip?
Sure.
Yeah.
So again, I want to cast message, and in this raider's head, right? I'm going to cast a message, and I'm going to be like, look, buddy, I'm trying for you. You got to help me out here. Give me something, and you're going to be fine. These people want to torture you, so I'm trying to help you out.
So you hear back in your head, I'll tell them anything they want. I have no allegiance to the cultists, the cult of the dragon.
Okay. So I say to the Castellan, this man will talk. Give me 5 minutes with this man. He's going to talk. I'll give you everything you want to know.
Is there like a bucket of water nearby, perhaps?
Yeah, we got a bucket and a towel just up on the wall.
Sure.
We were cleaning off the blood with it.
I'll walk up to the bucket and make a spiked colliery thing out of ice.
All right.
And I'll be like, you can give him 5 minutes, or you can give me 2. I mean,
Governor Nighthill is not an evil man, and he's gonna honor what he told Saul. So Saul, you're saying all this, and what is am I saying this name right? Drukan? How do you say that? Drucken? How does Drucken respond to all this?
He's a bit annoyed at first, but seeing Saul kind of barge in to try and go, we're not going to torture and all that stuff. He's kind of got like a big smile on his face. Going, oh yeah, that's great. He's still exhausted from dragging this guy across town. So he's just kind of standing going, all right, this will work.
And the governor then turns to you and he says, are you fine with him interrogating your prisoner?
Oh, yeah. I'm kind of exhausted from dragging him around through all the dirt and the mud and the blood and the guts out there. So, totally fine. Totally fine.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And, why don't you help yourself to some wine? We've got some wine. And, if just take a load off. We appreciate you bringing the prisoner.
All right. And call me Drew from now on.
Drew. Okay. So, Saul, you see where Castellan took him, and he kind of shut the door and keyed it shut. It looks like a little jail cell, or not a jail cell, but it looks like a small little room next to like the stable house. And then Castellan says, "Hey, who's doing this?"
So Saul looks at Crank, and obviously, Saul and Crank have a long relationship, right? Like they've been,
Yes.
we kind of know each other at this point, right? So Saul is like, I don't know. Do you wanna odds and even it? Rock, paper, scissors, good cop or bad cop? Like it's totally up to you, buddy. What do you want to do?
Let's leave it up to the dice. I hear you got a good one.
Okay. If you want to leave it up to the dice, I am totally down for that, buddy. You call the roll, and I hand him my dice. Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'll roll this, or I'll go evens. How about that?
Okay.
And then give it a roll.
So he gives it a roll, and it actually comes up evens. And Saul does this, and it comes up odd, and so it was a 4, and it sort of did an additional roll to a 3. So
It stopped and then rolled over one more.
Yeah, exactly. And so Saul looks at Crank and says, "I got this, buddy. Don't worry. I'll get it. I'll get it."
I'll look at Saul, and as I look back at the dice, I'll have the my little spiked collar just turn back into water, and I'll step out.
Got it.
Almost defeated, and then
So Castellan leads you over to the room. It's just one empty room. There's hay on the ground, and he opens the door and says, "Have at it." And he sets a torch in the room so there's some light, and then closes the door for you.
Okay, so Saul walks in, and purposely, right? So no sort of wasted movement. Walks up to the raider and sits down and says, "Hey, are you thirsty? Are you hungry? Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just pissed I'm not going to get paid and all this nonsense. I knew this was trouble. Shouldn't have taken.
So I'm not going to beat around the bush here, right? My 7-foot tall friend outside wants to kill you, and quite frankly, this entire encampment wants to kill you. So here's the thing: you can tell us what we need to know, or I can just walk out of the room and get my 7-foot tall friend to come in here and use his can opener ways on you and get exactly what we need to know. It's up to you, right? Whether you want to do this the easy way or whether you want to do this the hard way.
I'll answer anything you want. I mean, ask away.
Okay. So who is paying you?
Some dragon lady, Resmir, I think, but she's the one who had Frulam Mondath give us the gold.
And where is she? How did you find her? Did you ever speak to her directly?
I did not speak to the dragon lady Resmir. I spoke with Frulam.
And how many? So at the point where you were hired, how many were there?
Cell swords, a couple hundred. There's not a couple hundred anymore, but there were.
And why was Greenest your destination?
We're just trying to get treasure. They're making a hoard of some sort. I'm not exactly sure why. They're just after loot, though.
And so you're just after loot, and you were hired essentially to just loot Greenest. You have no other.
We've done other cities as well.
Beyond that.
We've done other communities, small little villages.
Which ones?
Oh, just the random villages along the roads. Anything of value.
And ultimately, what's the goal other than loot?
I think they're trying to gather it for I don't know. I overheard there's eggs at the camp. We don't get to go in the caves at the camp though.
Okay. And
God damn it.
After Greenest, what was your rally point? Oh man,
the camp just south.
Cameras are all thrown up. Oh,
it's Chance's fault.
Okay.
100%.
Chance's guide to Zoom setup.
Yeah. Wise guy. All right.
So he tells you that its camp is about 12 miles south. It's like a horseshoe in the mountains. We have a bunch of tents set up there. We don't get the privilege of going into the caves. In fact, even the initiates don't even get to go in there.
How are the initiates recognized? So in other words, when you go to this camp that's 12 miles south, is there a password? Is there something that you say? How are you recognized as a mercenary for the group that you're working for?
We don't get in without having at least an initiate with us.
Okay. How are the initiates recognized?
So you guys would know the initiates are in black robes. The black robes.
So wait, are these like the masks and robes we had from previously?
Yep. Those are initiates. Okay. Those are the lowest ranking. And then anyone who's in the purple is a high ranking person there.
Okay.
He tells you that he doesn't know how the rankings work exactly. He's literally just been paid to follow orders, and he did so and was going to get paid, and a nice payday at that.
Okay, so hold on one second. I just want to check my character sheet really quickly. So,
sorry, go ahead.
So Saul, nobody else is in the room with us, right? Like it's just me and this guy.
It's just you and him. Yep.
Saul takes 10 gold pieces. So he reaches into his bag and he grabs 10 gold pieces, and he palms it, puts it into this guy's palm, and he says, "You've done really well for yourself right now. I'm going to bring the rest of the folks in. Just remember that we're friends." And he sort of makes eye contact with him.
Okay. I appreciate it. Thank you.
And then he goes outside and he grabs Crank and he says, "This guy's going to tell you anything that you want to know. Go ahead." And actually, anyone else who is in the area, right? I don't necessarily Saul does not tell the rest of the group that he was told anything. He just says, "This guy is going to say anything that you want him to say. He's going to answer any questions that you have. Go in and question him."
So as you come out and say that, you guys all hear that, and Governor Nighthill says, "What did he say to you?"
He says that he said that he was hired as a sellsword. He doesn't really know much other than there's a camp 12 miles south of here. If there's anything else that you need to know, he's going to tell you anything that you need to know.
12 miles south, huh? Okay, let me look into this. And he kind of steps forward and he goes into the room and starts asking questions. A couple minutes pass and he walks out and he says, "Saul, you were right. He did tell us everything we need. I got a favor to ask, one more favor." And he tells you, for last night, we're going to get you guys here. And he kind of waves over to a wagon and he says, "Anything on that wagon you can have. There's 5 healing kits. There's 2 healing potions. But there's all sorts of mundane equipment. I would really appreciate it if maybe you guys, and maybe that Drew guy, if he's up for it, if you guys could go and down to the raider camp and get the exact location for us. Tell us how many raiders happen to be there. If you had to guess, a sound approximation would be great. Find out what their motivation is, because it didn't sound like he fully knew what they were taking the treasure for. Find out what their next target is. And, you know, if you are able to retrieve the items, that's fine, but that's not important. I mean, I don't want you to do anything crazy to get the items, but find out about these dragon eggs he keeps talking about. He said there's dragon eggs in these caves. Sounds like that might be really valuable to the cult of the dragon. So yeah, maybe if you can find those as well, that would be pretty important.
So Saul,
and we'll give you 250 gold each, and any treasure you get that was not ours is all yours.
Saul looks over at the rest of the party and not trying to be evasive. He says, honestly, I'm pretty sure that this guy is going to tell you anything that you need to know. I really need to find a bed at this point. I don't know about you guys, but I'm like exhausted, right? So
this is the next morning, by the way.
Oh,
yeah.
Did we have a long
Everyone
rest?
had a long rest. Yes, that needed.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry.
I definitely need a long rest.
So everyone gets a long rest.
I'm rocking only cantrips at this point. So yeah.
Right.
Okay, so then I'm long rested at this point, but still Saul is sort of being evasive, and he's like, I don't want to push my luck with this guy. If one of you guys could go in and question him, it would be super greatly appreciated. You know what I'm talking about, Safira, right? Like, like when you're, you get it, right? Like I'm sure Tatiana would appreciate you doing something, like as opposed to nothing, which like honestly
nothing
is what you've been doing, and it's okay.
Safira was actually so she was standing there kind of like almost in like a daze, like she was 100% daydreaming, trying to think about those dragon eggs, kind of wondering how much healing a dragon egg would do when I smash it on somebody's face.
Meanwhile, this is going on. No, I'm just kidding. So as this is happening, Pike, you're kind of standing there, and what's that?
I just Pike, don't kill him. Like, yeah, right. Just don't kill him. That's all I'm saying. So
before that, could we rewind a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
At some point I would have gone to try to find where Roz was, because I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that they take.
Oh, is this going to be a touching moment? God damn it!
So Roz would be down in like the courtyard area where you guys are standing right now. His body, and they have there's like blankets covering the dead bodies, like individually. There aren't a lot, because basically it's just the guards that died. Anyone who died outside the wall is still out there, but anyone who died inside is right here. There's only there's less than 10 dead right here.
Okay, so
so you find it.
All right. What is Roz's? Was he wearing robes? What color robes was he wearing?
Are you gonna pillage his body?
Are you looting Roz?
Martin would know.
Oh Jesus!
Terrible.
So his robes
are
kind of a dark mossy green. With a gray trim.
Mossy green. Okay, so Pike would tear off a piece of his robe, from his arm, and then he takes off his bandana that he wears and would lay it on him and say, Roz, 2 things to say. You are a terrible fisherman. And I will avenge your death. And he just puts the blanket back over his head.
Oh, that's perfect. As you're doing that, a young man walks up to you, Pike, limping heavily on his bandaged left leg. Or I'm sorry, nope, never mind.
Is his name Tiny Tim?
Never mind.
Tell me his name is Tiny Tim. Please.
It could be Tiny Tim if you want. So it didn't happen. Okay. It didn't happen. So the governor says, will you take up this for us? And he turns to Saul and Safira, who are still over there.
Yeah, I think
Saul looks at Safira, and legitimately, like, you can, like, drops his holier than thou attitude for one moment and extends his hand. He extends his right hand and he says, I'm willing to drop this if you are. Let's do this together. For Raz.
For Raz.
For Raz.
You know what? I can do it for Raz.
And so Saul shakes hands with Safira and like kind of looks at her awkwardly and is like, okay, but I still don't like you. But like for Raz. So
but like it's just a temporary thing. It's just temporary. Yeah.
For Raz. Mm-hmm. For Raz.
Mm-hmm.
Can I hear all this playing out?
Oh yeah, you're like right there. Everyone's there. Yeah.
I'll chime in on all this, and I'll be like, I don't want to ruin this for everyone, but his last words were literally, "We were all weak." Just gonna let that sit. But yeah. For Raw.
So Governor Nighthill tells you
when we sleep, we're gonna level up. So right?
I mean,
we already slept. We just rested. Slept. Does that mean we're leveling up?
You guys didn't level up to 4.
Governor Nighthill says, "I'm gonna front you."
Wait, who said we leveled up to 4?
Nobody.
When did we?
Governor Nighthill says,
okay.
"I'm gonna front you 250 gold for your friend Raz." And then the rest of you get 250 each when you return.
Well, that makes it pretty good. All right, I'm good. I'm in. I'm like, okay, fuck Raz. Okay, let's do it. Like 200. Yeah, right.
So now we can go over to Pike.
so we're adding 250 gold really quick because happened.
Yeah, well, a total of 250, so 50 gold each. Sorry.
Who's in charge of
running 50 gold each.
Track?
I am here. Okay. I'll just add it to the total if you guys want, or do you want to have your own?
No, I mean, I just know I'm not keeping
Group pot would be a total
That's
of 250 now added.
Okay, I'll add it to the total.
I have no use for Drylanders money.
There you go.
I'll make a note of that.
So
Saul's not proud. He'll take Pike's share. Like, just saying, I'm not proud. I'll take Pike's share. Yeah.
So as you guys are debating money, a young man walks up to you, Pike, limping heavily on his bandaged left leg.
And his name is Tiny Tim, by the way.
It can be, but it's not.
Yeah.
So with that, you're going to follow the raiders and see where they've gone? I'd like nothing better than to come with you, but in this condition, I'd slow you down. In the midst of all this tragedy, there's no
what you need, buddy. You know what you need?
Yeah.
A combat wheelchair.
Well, I was kind of waiting for Pike to be unconscious. I was kind of going to wheel him away in one, but Safira.
Okay.
So she ruined the cameo.
Okay.
In the midst of all this tragedy, there's no reason you would have heard about the fate of my master, Leosin Erlenthar. But it's important you know. He is a monk from Burdusk. He disappeared last night after we fought a particularly savage battle against the raiders. A few others and I fought our way to the keep, barely. Leosin didn't make it at all. We went back a little bit ago and we didn't find him, but we found his broken staff and this choker, which he always wore, and he hands it to you, Pike. And I don't know if you remember the original thing you rolled up as your tie to the event.
That is the person I owe a debt to.
It is. So yeah. And that's it. And the guy says, so if you find anything on him, just please let us know. I hope he's alive.
So do I.
My
When I look at
name.
him.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
My name is Nessim Waladra. Leosin has been investigating these raiders for months. I fear that he might have tried to infiltrate their group when they retreated, or worse, was captured and carried away as a prisoner. No one understands these bandits better than he does, and his knowledge will be invaluable against them. When you find their camp, please look for any sign that he is there. One of my brothers has already departed for Burdusk to bring back help, but it will be many days before help arrives. Anything you can do before then would be a godsend.
Is Sal there? Like, am I witnessing this conversation?
Yeah, you're kind of
or no?
off to the side talking about money with everybody else while
hope so.
Okay.
Mike was paying his respects.
So when I hear the name, I perk up. Can I and I say, I'm sorry. What was that name again?
Leosin? Or were you asking my name, sir?
No. The name of the gentleman that you're looking for.
Leosin Erlanthar.
Got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
I will. Thank you. Duly noted, and we'll do our best to find him or information about him.
Yes, please act hastily. If there's anything I can contribute as well, I don't have a lot, but maybe I can urge the governor to give you guys horse and carriage or something.
That would be good. Now, you also mentioned we had, was it 2 healing potions and
5
3
healing
healing
kits.
kits?
5
Well,
healing
there was
kits.
like a cart of equipment,
Mhm.
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, mundane items.
Yeah, how do you guys want to divvy that up here?
Like,
Sal already
there-
looted it all.
It would
and took
basically be like
Is
if
there
there's
any
anything
armor?
in particular you want to take. Probably not. Maybe like
you
leather
sure?
armor, but nothing medium or heavy. It's kind of like
No
just the
chain
bottom of the barrel
shirt.
weapons and stuff. No. Actually, you know what? Roll a d20, and if you roll an 18, 19, or 20 on the die, it'll be there. In your size. You're a
Never
halfling. Come
gonna
on.
happen.
Come on. Those are good odds. What'd you get?
That is pretty good.
I got a 12.
So you find a chain shirt that's for somebody much smaller than you, maybe a gnome.
Oh, thanks.
even more obscure.
Yeah.
So
Like you couldn't even try to
What
squeeze into
about what about
Sal rolled an 18. Can I find a mirror?
it. Yeah, you find a mirror.
Okay, perfect. Sal grabs that mirror and he legitimately he sighs a deep sigh of relief. Oh man, because my eyebrows have been out of control. I can't like yeah. And he immediately starts to fix his eyebrows in the mirror. So yeah.
What was
So-
Safira gonna ask?
I was to say, what about like studded leather or hide or
No, it's
literally
it's mostly mundane
anything
stuff.
except leather?
It's mostly mundane stuff, no armor. Maybe ammunition for weapons, but no weapons really.
Well, I don't even have any weapons that require ammunition, so
Well, that's a bummer.
I mean, you have a sling, right?
No.
yeah,
Do you?
I do.
But you
Yeah.
can find rocks on the ground. I mean,
It's
I
not
use
the
a can.
same, Juice.
I use a cantrip for
Yeah, not the
that.
same as a polished rock meant for cracking a skull as possible.
Yeah, that's right. I'll grab one of the healing potions and hand it to Drew, and I'll say something to the effect of, "You seem strong and well protected, but you can never be too careful." You know.
Drew's just staring at you because he's never seen something like you in his life.
He's not alone. That's that'll be it. And
Okay.
I'll have Athena kind of hunched around underneath my hood. And that's I'm pretty much good to go, not gonna lie.
Saul looks over at Safira and hands her the mirror and goes, "Okay, just trust me on this one. You need this," and just hands her the mirror. So
I don't think Saul likes the twigs and leaves in your hair.
I mean, he has questionable fashion sense in the first place. Let's be real. We all know that.
Coming from the bohemian halfling.
Exactly. Right.
Safira takes the mirror.
When's the
from
last
Saul.
time you washed those dreads, Safira? I'm just like
By the way, that choker, Nassim gave that to you, Pike. It's a leather neckband with a silver dragon design. That's chased into the leather. The ends are ragged, as if it was like torn off, by the way.
Okay. And I look at him and I thank him for the information. And look at his as he limps away, I tell him, "We need you in the fight. Get stronger."
He says, "Those are wise words. Thank you." He says, "I'm gonna stay around Greenest, but I'm gonna send the monks back home from. We were traveling to Burdusk from the Great Library at Candlekeep, but I'll stay here until I hear about our master."
Saul looks around at the party and says, "Can we just all agree we really hate Greenest? Like
ruthless, Jesus." In front of the people?
Yes.
It is too dry.
Drew has no idea what Saul's talking about. I don't know why you hate it so much.
Greenest is way down here, by the way.
Stick around for a little bit, Drew. You'll get it. Like, yeah, right.
On our way out, I'll approach Kesselon and be like, "You wouldn't happen to have any moldy food kicking around, would you? Anything that's gotten spoiled?"
Moldy? No, we throw that out right away. We don't keep that in the keep.
All
So
right.
you have a rat problem.
Drew's actually gonna ask if they have any spare traveling clothes, because he points to this kind of ragged farmer attire that's just hanging over his armor. I goes, because this is kind of wearing apart.
I'll
Yeah,
throw him the
you see it
cultist
actually
clothes.
it's on the wagon, and they point over.
Don't
and they
worry,
say, "Yeah,
the
there's
wagon
definitely
has
that in
lots of clothes for you.
there."
So
Yeah,
actually,
Right.
so
you can
So he
find
just kind of
regular
runs over
clothes.
to the cart and starts looking
Safira.
through stuff and trying to find his size.
You can
So
find
Saul-
noble clothes. You can find
Saul
regular
actually has, and you can check my character sheet, Drew, Juice, because Saul is very meticulous about the way that he
extra
looks.
clothes.
So yeah, Saul has an extra set of traveler's clothes that are meticulously folded and ironed, and he looks at Drew, he looks at his clothes, he looks at Drew, he looks at his clothes, and he says, "Okay, you can have these, but try not to eat anything while you're wearing them." And
No, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. They got this whole cart full of stuff. You don't need to give me your stuff. And so he's just kind of like digging around, grabbing, and he makes a kind of patchwork, fine set of clothes and traveler's clothes out of the stuff that's in the cart.
Okay, so then Saul sort of like looks him up and down and says,
Jeez.
if you're comfortable wearing that, okay."
I mean, I don't even have to look my best when we're fighting. It's just, I know traveling clothes is a lot better for, traveling versus my clothes from the farm.
It says it on the tag. Traveling clothes are better for traveling.
It's part of their marketing and branding.
Brand awareness. It's a good thing. It's
I'll put-
they're Eddie Bauer traveling clothes. So yeah.
Nice. Who is this Eddie
Fancy.
Bauer you speak of?
Your next sponsor, Juice. So yeah, right.
Man, product placement's on point this weekend.
Yep.
Crank will walk up to Drew, put his hand on your shoulder, and say, "Drew, your confidence is truly unshakable." And then that'll
He kind of shudders a bit as you touch him because he's not because of your weird metal hand.
It's-
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, okay.
Saul looks over at Crank and sort of just says, "Stop creeping out the new guy, man. Like, really? Like."
Says the man who checked him out 3 times in the past 6 seconds.
It's expected from me. I mean, like, stop. Just stop.
All right.
All right. So what do you guys took everything you need from the cart?
Yep.
Sounds like some clothes, a mirror.
Actually, Drew is gonna see if there's a light crossbow available for him to take and some bolts.
No weapons, but there is ammunition in there.
I'll hand you mine.
Okay.
I don't use it anyways.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. And so he takes it and he kind of neatly folds the spring loaders down and then tucks into his pack and then goes and grabs some ammunition for it.
One less thing to have. All right.
All right.
Also, apparently, ghosts are real, Juice.
Oh,
They are. They are.
Look, I've said it on stream before. I said it on my Facebook status the other day. I don't believe in ghosts.
I thought
Sorry.
you don't do I thought you don't do Facebook anymore, man. What are you doing on
Oh no,
Facebook?
I do. I just don't post political stuff anymore.
See,
I
then
post,
you
I
can't.
post that ghosts aren't real.
You can't
Stir
yell at
up my
me.
friends.
You can't yell at me for being on Twitter if you're on Facebook. So, like, they're both triggering. So,
what's
yeah, right.
happening?
Anyways, so Paula and I disagree on this. I don't believe in ghosts. She does. I have a friend who says she has a ghost in her house and she tells stories on Facebook all the time about it. So I asked her if I could stay the weekend at her house with her and her boyfriend to witness the ghosts. And she said I
And
could.
did you?
Well, no, I just asked it like 2 days ago.
Gotcha.
I'm willing to do that though. I'm willing to be proven wrong. That's
All right.
all. But yeah, so I said, and then I posted on my own status, ghosts aren't real. So that's why
You're gonna be terrified.
No, I won't. No way. Anyways, so you guys do your thing, and you are ready to step out. But let's take a quick break. I'm gonna get some water. Everyone go to the bathroom, and we'll come back on your travels to follow the Raiders.
Don't turn your cameras off.
Don't turn your cameras off.
Yeah,
Please,
right.
please, please, please. So we'll be back in about 5 minutes, guys. All right, we are live. So, due to the discussion of the ghosts, we are going to talk about that tomorrow on our persuasion check. We are also going to talk about other fun topics, including, what is it called? The battle wheelchair?
The combat
wheelchair.
Combat wheelchair. So if you want to hear our takes on that tomorrow on Persuasion Check over on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/masterthegamerpg. We're going to talk about those couple things. And if you want our takes, again, you got to tune in then, because we're not going to talk about it on here anymore. So back to the game. All right. So let me, gosh, here I am. I'm getting all like excited about our conversations tomorrow. I should probably have my notes up. All right.
I'm
so
so pumped.
What?
I'm so pumped we finally got a long rest in.
I agree. I could not be more excited to be done with Greenest than oh man.
I should have said this pre-break, but level up to 4, guys.
Word, actually?
Really?
Yeah, I'm letting you level to 4.
Oh.
I'm being nice.
Hell yeah, Juice.
You are the man, Juice.
I do nice things before I take it all away.
You know, all that mean stuff Bill says behind your back, none of it's true.
I agree. I take it all back. All of that
shit
stuff that I was saying about you to your face, Juice, I take it all back. So yeah.
Oh, by the way, we don't need your sister
Crap.
on tomorrow. I think we should keep even the ghost thing kind of short tomorrow.
So I'm just saying it right now. Like I'm taking the ASI, and of course,
Good idea.
screw the feed, right? Like, of course, I'm taking the charisma boost. So just so you guys
What do
know.
you mean, of course? Is that the optimal choice in your mind?
No. It's
Oh, you say of course like it is.
it represents Saul, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
He's not an inspiring leader, though. I mean, if you talk for 10 minutes, maybe.
He totally is an inspiring leader,
That's a
which is
feat.
why he's taking the +2 to charisma, and yeah.
I'm actually gonna go against my better judgment here and actually multi-class.
Oh Jesus.
What?
I technically should have done it earlier.
Did you meet the prereqs?
Yes, of course I meet the prereqs. I'm going.
Hey, you say
I'm
of
going-
course. I've seen a lot of characters that do not.
Well, I did. This was the plan for this character in the beginning. It's a full-blown coffee lock. I'm assuming.
Coffee lock?
Yeah, I'm assuming at least one of you knows what that is.
Yeah.
You like coffee? What?
No.
It is just a beautiful build.
Sorcerer warlock who doesn't need to sleep.
Yep.
Oh, why is that so great?
Oh, this is an
I'll
after
experience
stream
it when
discussion.
he's doing rope trick over and over again and stuff.
Reasons, Juice. All right, like.
Oh, that's okay. Bring it on. Anything you can do, I can do better. Chance, just remember.
I know. It's not a competition, Juice.
Oh, you don't. You question how competitive I am.
Well,
Everything's
I mean-
competition.
Guys, I wish you would have
there.
told me we were going to level. I never know whether to take a feat
Oh,
or
if
what
we
I should
knew-
do.
If we knew, we would have told
Well,
you.
honestly, so what are you? So Safira is a halfling. What? You're a ghost. What are you?
Ghost-wise. She's a
Oh, yeah,
ghost-wise.
ghost-wise.
halfling.
Yeah, I'm a druid. I'm Circle of the Shepherd.
So I am not super familiar with that. I'm not super familiar with that class. So I don't know whether you would take a feat or if you should take the ASI in wisdom, right?
She's already
Let's,
got lucky, so she can't take her favorite feat.
There's a halfling specific feat for
Yeah.
luck though.
Oh, I'm sure.
Bountiful luck.
And
Yeah,
Xanathars.
yeah, that's it. It's a really good one. There's 2 actually, if memory serves.
Yeah, squat nimbleness increases their movement speed by 5 feet and gives them advantage against grapples.
Yeah, I was just looking at that one.
She doesn't like it. I can tell.
She
Yeah.
doesn't like it.
I hate
can
the
tell.
feats. Most of the time, I hate the feats. Like, they suck.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so an ASI for me is easy, right? So it raises my intimidation and persuasion to +6, but also like it increases my DC exponentially. Like
Mm-hmm.
right.
It's useful
So-
all the time, whereas feats are very situational.
Yeah, right. Right.
I love feats because they like I usually when I'm like making a character, I'm like, oh, I want to be good at this kind of thing or whatever. And so a feat will be something I want to be able to do. Like if it's a grapple thing, I'm not going to grapple all the time, but at the same time, when there's a big bad guy, I might.
I take the ASIs simply because I think that they're just useful all the time, right? Like, so yeah.
We roll for HP or take the average, right?
Whatever you want to do. Yep. But if you roll, you can't take. Yeah, you have to do it.
Right. Yeah, because I rolled 2 1s for second and third levels.
Oh, that's why you got your butt kicked so easy.
That's rough, man.
He did pretty good, actually.
He did actually. With the interference.
I was trying to get creative, but
it's all good. Would you roll for your hit points?
This time I rolled a 12.
Oh, max?
Yep.
Nice.
So
Pike just doubled his HP in one level.
So plus con score, so that's 17 HP.
Damn. What was your HP before that?
26.
Oh, nice. You did almost double it.
Double it.
That's fantastic. Cameron says, I'm all down for a combat wheelchair. I've heard it discussed before. I hear that some people think it's an overpowered item and get upset about it. I don't know why, though. Just make mundane one and let it upgrade. Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
It has absolutely nothing to do with being OP. Like, and again, I absolutely think that there is a place in your game for a combat wheelchair if you so choose. There's
no bad fun with your groups as long as everyone agrees. Play and let play.
Play and let play.
Mm-hmm. I guess I got to do research tomorrow.
Just wing it like you usually do. It'll be fine.
No, I'm gonna look it up.
I always wing it. I never look shit up. Like, who cares?
What a madman.
No, that's how I run my games, Bill.
Yes. Chance, I live in the third world. Like, I live in
Chicago.
Third world Chicago. Like, we are clearly third world here. I don't like you of all people in Alberta should understand what it's like to come from a third world environment. I'm just saying. So
third world country inhabitants are going to be really upset with us.
Yeah.
Chance, how many times do you dodge gunfire just to go out to get the mail like Bill has?
Here's the bonus to that. Actual third world people who actually inhabit third world nations aren't watching us right now, right?
I mean, what if they're visiting America and they could not go home due to COVID? I mean, they might be watching us right now.
I actually think
they might
Africa
be one of the 6
has the most active computers in the world. To be honest.
Africa's a continent, dude, and it's bigger than like Canada and America.
I'm well aware how the globe works, but
you think it's a globe?
You know, man, I don't know.
You mean the disc? Come on, Chance.
Like, right.
Well,
in Canada, it's third world. They haven't discovered the disc yet.
Well, they actually have a.
They haven't seen the light.
I know quite a few people in Canada. I actually game with quite a few people online in Canada, and I'm sure they would be very interested to speak with you about your third world experience.
I'm sure they would.
Oh yeah, right.
The reason why I brought up Africa as a continent is there's a lot of like hacking activity that's ran through Africa. There's a lot of really weird reasons behind it, but basically people just never turn off.
That's those emails about send me $1,000 and I'll send you $1 million.
No, that's very different.
Are you referring to the Nigerian prince?
No,
is that what it is?
Right now,
Yeah.
like
I don't know. I don't get those emails. People don't want to give me $1 million.
Good for you. You're very lucky then. Like,
I'm lucky. I'm not getting $1 million, Bill.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's true.
I would happily give up $1,000 for $1 million. Come on, guys.
Would you?
That's a smart investment.
Hold on, I'm going to send you an email right now.
Yes.
Let me put the letterhead on there.
Yeah, right.
Don't forget the bank account number.
So
we only recover one level of exhaustion per, because I had 2 going into that.
Jeez,
Great
man.
question.
Well, first of
No
all,
wonder he was like 2 levels of exhaustion, 1 hit point per level. Like,
let's have a little conversation, Drake. Like, first of all, don't remind the DM of that, right? Like
Sweep it right under the rug.
Not being so damn honest, Drake. Like what? Like I mean,
did I interrupt the third world discussion? I'm
You
sorry.
would think that would be on my DM screen, and it's not. So I don't have an answer for you.
they just all go away.
No.
I don't know.
I
can make stuff
I think
up.
it's one.
I
per
think it's
arm.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 1.
I think you're completely rested and unexhausted, Drake.
So-
That's line.
I think I'm gonna pick this dragon mark feat.
Wait, you're taking a
What is-
feat?
Aberrant Dragon Mark?
Yeah.
Ooh. Which version are you looking at?
Yeah, what is it? Tell us what it. Explain it to
So
us.
it bumps my constitution by 1.
Yeah.
I get an extra cantrip. I get an extra 1st level spell from the sorcerer's spell list. I have this mark that has a flaw to it. So my mark whispers to me. Its meaning can be unclear. And when I cast the 1st level spell, I can expend one of my hit die, and if I roll an even number, I get that as temporary hit points. If I roll an odd number, one random creature within 30 feet takes force damage.
So it sounds amazing, other than like the party already has a sorcerer, and sorcerers are already like sidekicks to wizards. Like we don't get used from as many spells as like. So you gotta steal my
Drake.
you gotta steal my thunder, Safira.
The question you really have to ask is, what would Tatiana think of this?
Exactly. Yeah, Tatiana would think that you're basically trying to be Saul, and that's cool. So I'm good with that. Yeah, like I'm good with that. I give it. Saul gives it thumbs up. So yeah.
I mean, if I'm a little bit more
So
like
petty.
Saul, then there's basically no point in Saul, right?
Have you not been following the stream? Chance, like Saul is petty. That is his whole
Petty incarnate.
Saul is an extension of Bill.
Yeah, that's right. It's a
Okay,
big.
fine.
so
I'll
mean.
find something different.
No, that's
No.
fine. The reason I asked which.
You know, I'm just kidding you, Paula. If you want to take that feed, take that feed. I'm kidding with you. Come on, don't be like that.
It was a tattoo?
Okay.
Is that what it was?
Well,
Dragon
you
mark.
know,
Yeah, it's a dragon mark. Yeah.
No, Saul gets his sorcerer. He gets his sorcerer's power from tattoos. That's how he discovered.
Gotcha. And Safira is copying Saul basically to impress Tatiana.
Completely.
okay,
Basically.
no, I'm not.
So with that
I'm not.
with
But
that said,
hers
Paula,
are better. They're not called tattoos. They're called dragon marks.
if you want to take that feed, please do take that feed. You know I'm just playing with you. So
Yeah, no, it's fine.
He's busting your balls.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm gonna have to hear about it like every game now. So, and I'm over here still waiting for my backstory.
That's
Oh.
for the other game.
Your backstory is amazing, by the way. Like I actually want to play your character. I'm not kidding.
Oh, you've
Like,
actually written it?
I'm legitimately not kidding. Yeah, I want to play your character. So it's okay. So not to. Well, no, I won't digress. We'll discuss this tomorrow on Persuasion Check. But
We have
Paula's
a lot to
character,
talk about tomorrow. We're not going to get through half of it.
Paula's character does not necessarily want to be a cleric, right? She is sort of forced and drawn, and we'll explain this later. Like oh man, it's fantastic. Paula is a non-believer, and actually, she was a charlatan.
What?
Right? And then like, oh no,
I
it's
love it.
it's
love it.
phenomenal. Wait till you hear this backstory. It's great. it's fantastic. So yeah.
All right.
Maybe I'll take Fawn to life.
You know, like the guys that come on television on Sunday morning, like the sort of like the Baptist evangelist guys who are like, you know,
Mm.
lay your hands on the television sets, brothers and sisters, and I shall save your soul from eternal damnation. Send me your money. That's who Paula was, right? But then, like, to this kitty came to her and said, "Oh, you are a true believer." And so now, every time she's forced into this situation, if she does not choose that path, she gets like these massive migraines and like these feel like, oh yeah, it's you have an amazing character, Paula. Yes.
Sign me up.
I'm
Yes.
pumped about it.
Yeah.
Wow. Just wow.
See, I'm glad that I said you should just write my own backstory for me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
It really is. It really is.
Did everyone level?
Yes.
Anybody still figuring it out?
Yeah, I just have to do hit points.
I'm still not super comfortable with my hit points because I take the average, but like we're good. Yeah.
whatever,
Average
it's
is
fine.
technically
I have
better, I think.
So yeah, right.
The old
I don't
version
know.
of Avernus.
Something says roll stats. I mean,
Don't whip out on us
called
now.
I mean,
Called out.
Wow. Ouch, Drake. That was I still haven't looked at your
Ooh.
backstory, Drake. So yeah.
BN Drake's playing a character who lost to a dragon now.
Well, yeah.
Forced
what are you talking
like
about? He ran.
You fell
I'm still
asleep.
here. I'm
You
still here to
sure?
fight, just
He
like the
wasn't
other dragon
entertained
ran.
anymore.
Y'all run. I didn't hear it. He ran.
Drake's just like looking around, like what happened? Like where? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, Pike. Pike is looking around like last thing I knew, I was kicking this guy's ass, and now
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He probably thinks of the dragon the same way. Ran.
Yep. Exactly. All lizards. They just run.
I love
right.
it.
being of draconic heritage, Saul takes a little bit of offense to that. So yeah.
So we're ready. Everyone's ready.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Raiders' path is easy to follow across the rolling grassland of the green fields. A wide swath of grass is trampled down, but it's impossible to determine the Raiders' numbers precisely. Now, you already know that there's a mix of humans and kobolds and other reptiles that are traveling with them. And as you guys are traveling, again, it's just not footprints, but pushed down grass all throughout. You can tell exactly the direction they went, and you guys are following the path for a while. Okay. And the trail leads south, and you get to about 10 miles away, and you see that things are getting a little more rugged. Rocky plateaus replace the gently rolling hills. The land between the plateaus is mostly flat. There's some outcroppings, wandering streams, and but you guys hear a noise. Everybody do me a favor and roll a perception check.
Sure.
At disadvantage.
25.
Wow.
I rolled a nat 20.
I'm glad you used that nat 20 there.
I did not get a nat 20. I got a solid 13.
Same here.
Yeah.
13 as well.
13 as well. So Paula had the highest score?
15 for Saul, yeah.
Okay. So you all hear some squabbling, almost like bickering up ahead. Paula, you can hear clearly the voice of someone saying, "I don't know why I gotta follow you everywhere. You idiot humans don't know what you're doing." And then you hear a human voice.
Can we all stop for a second and acknowledge that Juice's kobold voice is the greatest freaking voice?
It is pretty great.
Yeah.
I am like, yeah. Okay.
I appreciate it. You know what, Bill? I'm feeling generous. Take inspiration.
Nice. I am
You
inspired.
just have to compliment him.
I am inspired by your kobold voice. Yes, right.
Exactly. So then you hear this human go, "Hey, shut up back there." And Paula, you can see ahead, you see like a large rock, and there's 4 humans that look like they're in gray garb. They're not wearing masks though. And they're just kind of sitting there. They look like they're eating. And you see 8 kobolds that are far away from him, and one of them is like raising his fist, yelling at the humans. Almost, he's angry about something.
So Saul dons his he dons his cultist mask and robe. How many of us still have our cultist masks and robes?
I don't think I ever took my robe off, to be honest with you, now that I'm actually thinking about it. But yeah, I think we all do.
Oh, you all did in the tunnel, going back.
Obviously,
everybody did
right?
going through the tunnel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, but we had an extra set, didn't we?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, because you were sitting on Pike's shoulders, and so
Yeah.
you guys were one. Yeah, right.
So what would you guys like to do? They're about 50 feet ahead. There are scattered like large boulders that you could kind of use for cover, but there's a big gap between the rock that the humans are at and the next closest one. You're talking about like 30 feet.
Interesting.
So Saul dons his mask and robe and looks over at Crank and obviously sees him donning his mask as well and says, "What do you think? Good cop or bad cop?"
I'll shudder as I remember what happened last time and how it didn't wind up so well for any of us. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm with you, buddy, but let's tone it down from what happened last time.
So do you want to talk? That's what I'm saying. Good cop or bad cop?
No. It's all you. You are clearly superior in the arts of language.
So I think that we look back to the rest of the party and we say, Saul looks back to the rest of the party and says, "Do you want us to go up and scout out the situation? Do you want to come with? What do you think?"
Drew is going to start to pull out his light crossbow and goes, "I have plan B right here."
Okay. So
I could sneak up along the edge while you guys are approaching him.
That'd be good.
yeah, that would be good. And plan B is amazing, right? But like,
God, that's the best.
Well, I'm just saying, right? Like, let's see what we can figure out first. I've learned from the last time, Craig. Have a little faith.
I'll hold up my little 1 foot piece of rope. I'll be like, I have faith too, my friend.
So
Plan C will be me and the fish guy. We'll wait for them to come here and then we'll chop them down.
So I think Saul looks over at Pike now specifically and says, "Do you understand?"
The words that
What do you plan on doing?
We're gonna go pretend like we're on their side, but we're not on their side. We're actually on our side, but we're gonna go pretend like we're on their side and figure out if we can figure out what they know and what they don't know. Exactly. So you stay right here, Pike, and if anything happens, we will call you, and then you can come and kill things.
I will wait. Don't let the bird die again.
Okay.
The bird.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you bring your Tressum back?
Yeah, I brought her back a while ago.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Athena. Okay.
Okay.
So with that, Saul sort of like turns on his heel and marches forward intently. Like I'm not even trying to be stealthy. I'm literally not. I'm walking with as much authority as I could possibly muster, and I'm walking towards that group of individuals.
Are you going towards the humans or the kobolds?
Who is closer?
Probably the kobolds. They're off to the right, and the humans are against a boulder to the left.
Okay, I'm going to march towards the kobolds who are closer.
Okay. What is Crank doing?
I'm just following, providing emotional support.
Okay. And then what is everyone else doing? Are you guys hiding, or what are you guys doing?
I am sneaking forward, like off to the side.
Are you guys in cultist robes or no?
I'm not.
I think Drew is.
Drew is?
Drew is not.
Oh, Drew is not. Okay. What about Pike?
Unless they told him to wear one, he wouldn't be wearing one.
Okay. So you three are just staying back, trying to kind of stay out of sight. Safira is moving forward. Give me a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Safira, make sure she doesn't get in trouble when these two's plan fails.
So much faith.
He's got a lot of faith.
My
15.
persuasion is plus
15?
6
Okay.
now. Like, I'm just saying.
I do wonder. How big would you say that those boulders are, Mr.
They're
Juice?
pretty large. Like,
Yeah?
taller than a person. They're massive.
Okay, so more than 5 feet is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're big enough that like the 4 humans are sitting kind of against it with their back to it.
Okay.
Okay. So, Saul, take it away. You're marching forward towards the kobolds.
So Saul marches forward to the kobolds. How many are there again? 2, did you say?
8.
Or 3?
8 kobolds.
Okay.
4
So-
humans, 8 kobolds.
So Saul marches up to the kobolds, and he says, What are you doing here? Look, listen, and he sort of pulls his mask back and shows his tiefling face, and he says, look, we're both of draconic nature. We're all of draconic nature here. I'm trying to help you. What are you doing? You're supposed to be guarding the camp. Why are you here? Why are you all congregating here? Shouldn't you be separated and watching your posts? What? Look, I'm not. You really don't have much time. You need to disperse, because I don't know how long I can keep my superior at bay.
Give me a persuasion check
Okay.
with advantage.
Whoa, with advantage.
Uh-huh.
So my first,
Because
is
you
a
showed your
25.
face and it caught him off guard.
My first is a 25. That's a 19 plus 6.
Perfect.
My
Perfect.
second is a 10. 4 plus 6. So yeah, right. So 19.
So
or I'm sorry, 25.
So the one kobold who's shaking his fist at the humans is doing his thing. All the other kobolds are looking at you as you start talking and you raise your mask, and they kind of all cock their head like a confused dog.
Right.
And the one is like, before looking over at you, is like, "Oh, great, more humans!" And then he turns and is like, "I'm sorry. I haven't seen an initiate that is like us. I'm sorry. We're heading back right now. I promise. We're going to the camp. We got lost in the darkness, at night when we were heading back from Greenest, and we're sorry.
It's fine. Just disperse. Don't all group up. Watch the perimeter of the camp. Go disperse now.
That
It's fine.
doesn't sound right.
Oh,
God
We're
damn.
so
The other
close.
humans are
Close.
like they see you raise your mask, and like
Right.
one stands up. Who are you?
Okay, so Saul says, who are you? I'm of draconic nature. You're a lowly human. But what
You're
are
not
you
draconic.
doing here?
You
What
don't
are
have
you-
the snout like Kyanrath
What
or
are you doing here?
Rezmir.
What are you doing here, and why are you bunching all of these guards up in one particular spot? They should be dispersed and guarding the
We're not
perimeter.
guards.
Who do you report to?
You're an initiate like us. What is
Who
this?
do you report to?
We all report to Kyanrath.
And
So-
Kynrath would be furious if he saw all of the perimeter guards bunched up in one location as opposed to dispersed and watching the entire perimeter.
Give me another persuasion check. No advantage this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my little rope and just like white knuckle it. I'm having flashbacks.
That's a 19. 13 plus 6.
He's like, look, mate, I know your head's in the right place, but we aren't guards. We're coming back from Greenest right now. When we get back, we're gonna have a big meal. We're gonna celebrate and hopefully get some treasure for our hard work. You know how this goes. Come on. You've obviously helped us raid other places.
I absolutely know how this goes, and that's why I'm saying, if you're all bunched up in this one position, like, go back to camp. Stop drawing so much attention to this one corner. You should know, and you know how this goes as well as I do. The more noise that we create, the more people that we have in one particular location, we're revealing our location. Do you want to get attacked, or do you want to go into camp and enjoy the process?
We're far away from civilization. We're like miles away from that godforsaken town.
We're less than 10 miles from Greenest. Trust me, just let's all go into camp and enjoy.
Did you see what we did? You think they're gonna follow us with a big blue dragon? Come on, man.
Let's all go into camp and enjoy the spoils of our victory.
Who are they gonna send after us? Who? You saw that blue guy get his butt kicked by Kyanrath? There's nobody there who can handle us.
I absolutely did, and I laughed my ass off as it happened. So now let's all. I tell you what. Look, I don't know what your name is. My name is. Let's go into camp right now together, and let's enjoy the spoils of our victory, and have several drinks and more than and more than one woman on our time. Yeah.
I would like to approach one of the gentlemen speaking, if I may.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Go for it. How close are you getting, Crank?
I'll get right up to his face, and I'll be like, respectively, sir, it is not the enemy you need to worry about overhearing. I doubt our superiors would look at us favorably if they knew that we were bickering amongst ourselves. And me and you both know that they have eyes everywhere.
As you approach, the bottom half of your face kind of stands out a little bit.
How so? I'm wearing a mask.
Because the mask doesn't cover the mouth.
Oh.
Or the neck. So as you approach, he kind of looks closely and like really like, because you said you got right up there. So he like starts looking and he's like, what's going on here?
This one's not my fault.
You guys aren't with us. By the way, I rolled a 20 on my perception check.
That's a pretty good roll. Not gonna lie. That is better than expected.
He's like, you guys aren't with us. And he reaches down to grab his scimitar. Everybody roll initiative.
God damn.
That was not my fault. I want to go on record and say that one was not my fault.
Yeah.
Hey, you did great. Saul did great.
Well,
Minus
I
the saying he was a dragon and them going, he doesn't have a snout.
No, I said I was draconic. And quite frankly, tieflings are of draconic heritage, much as kobolds are of.
I mean, are they though?
According to 5e lore, they are. Yes.
I don't know about that.
Demons.
They're all lizards.
I will give you. I will put you chapter in verse. I'm telling you, both tieflings and both tieflings.
I'll be honest. I've never heard tieflings are personally, but I'm cool with it.
So okay.
I've just never heard that, but that's okay. And I've never played a
13
tiefling
for Drew.
I got a 10.
What'd get Drew?
Drew got a 13.
What'd Crank get?
16.
What'd Safira get?
10.
Pike?
19.
Wow.
Very nice.
Saul?
Saul is 15. Also, so again, right? Like I'm just saying, and I will quote chapter and verse, right? Like, so I am a draconic tiefling, so which is a 5e race variant, right?
Like
I
am
one
of the other books.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I don't even know what book that's in. But either way, I haven't read up on any of that. Pike, you get to go first. So you can see up there, the one kobold was shaking his fist, and then he stops, and all the kobolds are looking at Saul like, huh. And then, like, you see the one cultist stand up and confront Saul, kind of. They're still a little bit of ways apart, right, Saul? You're probably still a few feet away, right?
Sure.
As you were talking.
Yeah.
But then Crank goes and walks right up to the guy in his face. And then the guy grabs his scimitar, and you see the other cultist behind him. The other three stand up and grab their scimitars.
GG, boys.
So you're about 30 feet away, though, Pike.
So I didn't hear any of the conversation, I would assume. I wasn't paying attention, so it didn't matter. I just see that this is just Operation Normal. And I look at Drew and say, here we go. So I'm going to walk up there, use my movement, and have my sword out and ready in action in case this guy goes to attack, and I'll just hack him if he does.
So you're readying in action? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Can I move in ready in action or no?
Yeah. But
Okay.
you can't do a movement from the readied action then. At that
Right.
point.
So I'm going to move up there. So I'm right there, and I got my sword out.
Okay. So if he attacks somebody, you're going to attack him?
Yeah. If he goes to swing, I'm going to hack him down.
Okay. So you like come up right behind Crank.
Yeah.
Or right next to him. And now the cultists like are really like, what is going on? This is that green guy we saw yesterday. Okay. Now it is Crank's turn. So Crank, you feel Pike come up on your shoulder all of a sudden. Probably part of the reason it gave you away in your mind.
Very difficult for Crank to wrap his head around in the span of a couple seconds. This has gone from just decent to just a complete nightmare. How many cultists are there again?
4.
Oh yeah, no, I am magic, or I'm nope tricking out of there, as it were.
A nope trick.
Yeah, nope trick.
So you're climbing up into a hole?
I'm just using my foot-long rope and just kind of falling into my little void, and just closing it behind me.
You guys see him like twirl his rope, and like his portal like opens up behind him, and he just does a dead fall backwards into it, and it goes.
It's way beyond my current skill set.
It's almost like watching someone on the edge of a pool as they just fall backwards into a pool, and then
I
the
will
water covers them.
I will, however, send Athena out and have her take the help action towards the gentleman directly ahead of Pike.
Okay.
And that's the turn. That's the move.
So you're sending Athena after the one guy who was in your face?
Yeah, assuming that's the guy that Pike's right in front of.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I want to be very clear, because before I was not clear, or I did not understand. How close is she?
Well, she has to occupy an adjacent space to him for the help action to work.
Yep.
So safe
So
to
within
assume
5
within 5 feet. Yeah.
Okay. How much gold does it cost to bring her back?
Oh, god damn it. It's 10.
Okay, I just wanted to know. That's all.
Yeah, it's eating away slowly.
So this Tressum cat comes flying out from behind the rock, right next to you, Pike, and it's kind of hovering around the cultist that's right in front of you, who's not wearing a mask.
Yeah, never mind. Sorry. I forgot. My bad. Yeah, continue.
Yep. So yeah, and that was Crank's turn. It is now Saul's turn. So Saul, you can see this has kind of gone sideways pretty quick thanks to Crank's
Clearly, yeah, right.
you know, amazing stature.
Uh-huh.
Jesus. I don't know whether I should actively engage or whether I should try to. Oh Jesus. God damn it! And how many? Like there are 8 kobolds and how many humans at this point?
4. Total of 12 things.
And they're all actively like we're in combat, correct?
I mean, the 4 cultists have scimitars in their hands. They're probably going to hit you. The kobolds have not taken up arms yet. They were confused until Pike and a Tressum cat came out.
Okay. All right, screw it, guys.
Fireball. I'm just
Let's
kidding.
do
I know
it.
you can't do it.
So, all right, let's do it. So,
So mean.
So Saul looks at Crank and is like, really?
Well, Crank's in a hidey hole now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm so far out of there.
Okay, so Saul looks at the rest of the party and is like, so Crank's a pussy, right? And he turns and he casts Witch Bolt. I'm doing it. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Is that the spell you really like? That's the one that got you excited before?
Oh, I love it. Right?
Such
Like,
a
so
gross spell.
Saul looks at the rest of the party and he's like, fucking pussy. And then he turns back to and let's see, how many is this one person? Hold on, I just want to check to see how many, if this is an area of effect or if this is a single person.
It's a single person.
It is a single person, yeah. So I am going to cast at one of the humans.
Mm-hmm.
Within a 30-foot range. Am I within 30 feet of any of these folks? Okay. I am going to cast this. You know what? I'm going to cast this at. Do I do level 2 or do I do level 3? I'm
3, so we get the wild magic surge.
Well, even if I do it at level 2, anytime I cast an actual spell, we do the wild magic surge, right? Like it only.
I thought we were doing it only at the highest level slot.
No. Anytime you cast an actual spell. So I'm actually going to cast this at level 2.
Even better.
And let's go for it. So that is 18 plus 6. That's a 24 to hit.
Hits
against this particular human. And so what happens is, so Saul again looks up at this like rope that is like sort of fading and is shaking his head, and he turns to this human and he outstretches his hands. You can see the tattoos that are on his arms begin to glow and almost throb in this sick sort of purplish light, and this crackling bluish purple energy just like lances out of his fingertips, and it's like a sustained arc, meaning like it hits this human but it doesn't go away, and on its additional it keeps going.
It's like some Sith Lord shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it literally looks exactly like Palpatine is like
in the prequels.
This arcing energy is reaching out. It does hold on one second. It does 11 points of damage to the human. But it doesn't go away. On my next turn, it will actually do, unless my concentration is broken, it's going to do more energy. So like you see Saul just like sort of like arcing this energy towards this human. And
so you want to hold the energy there the whole time?
Well, it does. The spell does.
So
right?
you see, as you're doing it, you see this person's face, like he's like, and his eyes go red, like completely red, like blood in his eyes.
Oh god!
And like he's completely stiff. The sword drops out of his hand. You've seen this look before. He's dead.
Okay.
You can continue to hold it and hold him in this position as long as you want, though.
Well, the spell so when he dies, the spell actually ends, right? Like the Witch Bolt spell holds for the next round and does an additional 1d12. But like if he dies, the spell just ends.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So he dies. The electricity goes out and he falls.
Okay. Nice. That is Saul's round, and he's quite satisfied with himself. He sort of he sort of brushes his shoulder off. So yeah, right.
Drew.
Let's see. Drew is actually going to put Plan B away. And
still hanging on to that.
Drew, I think we are full on embraced into Plan B at this point, buddy.
Yeah,
He's
going to Plan F.
Okay, gotcha.
So he starts to say some arcane words in Draconic, and then blows a slow breath, and a javelin made out of ice appears in his hand as he casts Ice Knife.
Oh, such a good spell.
And he runs up and he chucks it into the center of the kobolds.
Smart and killing kobolds again.
Yeah.
Right back at it.
So it spins through the air, and it's a 23 to hit.
Yeah. It hits all of them?
Ooh.
No, it hits one of them, and then it's going to shatter and spray the others. They have to make a dex save of
Gotcha.
DC 15.
So how much damage was the first one?
So it's D10 to the guy who got hit, and then all the others are going to take, let's see. So that's 7 piercing damage to that first kobold.
He's dead.
Okay.
Second one, what was the DC save?
DC 15, dex save.
Okay, so a 17 makes it. Next one does not. 16 and a 8, so he makes it. Next one does not. 16 makes it. Next one does not. And the last one, 13, does that make it or no?
DC's 15, so he fails.
Okay, so he fails. Okay. So
So
how much
all
damage?
of them that failed suffer 10 cold damage, and then the others take half. They take 5.
Okay, so
Such a good spell. Literally one of the best damaging spells in the game.
And it's a radius of 5 feet, so it's not like every single kobold unless they're all perfectly in.
So you killed all of them except for one.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good. Because kobolds are like one of my favorite monsters. I'm kind of mad.
Saul looks over at Drew and he's like, "Welcome to the party, buddy."
And he just kind of goes, "Woo!"
So the remaining 3 cultists are like, "Oh shit," and they turn like they're about to run. They don't run yet though, because it's not their turn.
Them. Yeah, they're
It
dead.
is Safira's turn.
Safira. Yeah, Safira, take them down.
There's 3 humans, 1 kobold.
Well, I'm sort of feeling like
wild shape into owlbear and like just.
I can't. Okay, first of all, I don't think I can wild shape into an owlbear. Second of all, I'm worried we're gonna like overkill this.
Do it.
Nonsense.
Okay, so Safira runs from where she was hiding. She runs and she slides up by where the campfire is.
Okay.
And she hovers her hand over it really quick. And you see she kind of, when she pulls her hand back, you see a flame in the shape of a scimitar that forms in her hand. And she turns and she attacks one of the cultists with it.
Okay.
So it's a 17.
Hits.
That is 12 damage.
Dead. There's 2 left. And 1 kobold. Yeah. All right. That's cool.
I meant it.
So now
Crank's looking like a huge wimp now.
So as you do that, There are the two cultists that were running with him are now right next to you. They are going to attack you because they have no other choice. I'm pretty sure they probably both missed. Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Safira?
No.
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 Well,
We're
they
fourth
both
level.
missed.
A 12 doesn't hit any of us. Come on, like let's
They-
be serious.
Actually, it does.
Crank, what's your AC, buddy? Like what?
It's an 11. There's a
Well,
reason why,
right now he's impossible to hit though. So
Okay.
There's a reason why I nope trick all the time because I
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
a
Could just
guaranteed
you
hit.
could just back up, run away.
And take an attack of opportunity. I think not.
So the kobold is going to run into the first patch of high grass it can see, and he's going to make a stealth check. So he is trying to hide, but you guys saw him run into the patch of grass, and you can see his ears sticking up above the grass still. It's now Pike's turn.
So when these two guys ran by to get Safira, was I close enough to whack at them or?
No, they were behind the original cultist.
Okay, no problem.
Yep.
Then I'll head over to one of them and attack him.
Okay.
Oh, not with a 7.
Yeah, you miss. It is now.
I got good form though, so.
Crank, you see all this unfolding. The odds do look in your favor at this point.
They really do, actually.
You want to come out and do something, or are you going to stay in your hidey hole?
You know, I'll poke my head out. Might as well contribute.
He's like, I'm still staying in here, but
How far away is that kobold?
About 30 feet.
Oh, easy peasy. I'll Eldritch Blast that guy right away here. If roll 20 wants to do its thing, that'd be great. Yeah. Fancy dice animation. I get it. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Describe what that looks like, Chance. God damn it.
You see,
no.
I'm with you, Bill.
You see a hand appear out of thin air, aim itself towards the kobold like an Iron Man blaster.
Now, would you say this looks like a ghost hand or something?
No, just a normal
Tish.
hand. And then just pews and deals 8 force damage.
Yeah, so what's that look like as it kills it?
Just
smacks it across the grass.
We can only see his ears, I suppose. You see the ears just kind of disappear. I suppose that's all the
You see this
casual
hand
observer
go
would
down into the grass and the ears just disappear.
And it yelps like a dog who has been hurt because kobolds are dog people. Sorry.
They're draconic.
I thought you said
This
they
is
were
5e
draconic.
lore.
Yeah. Direct descendants of Tiamat.
On Tuesday, they're going to be dog people.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yes.
And then my hand will slink back, and then Athena will do the help action on one of the other guys.
Oh yeah, I
there.
forgot about that. Okay.
That's the move.
Saul, your turn now.
What's left?
2 humans
Okay. So
that are now engaged with your halfling friend, and Pike has now boxed him in.
Don't worry, I got him. Like you don't need to get dirty.
Safira yells
I can
that
take
out to
care
you.
of this.
Yeah, right. And Saul just like sort of winks at Safira and he's like, yeah, I got this. And so Saul casts. You know what? Actually, Saul, seeing as like all of these, essentially almost everyone has dropped at this point, right? Like Saul does not cast. Also, you didn't make me roll for wild magic on my last spell, which is fine. Like,
I
it's
told
fine.
you. Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to cast cantrip this time. I'm going to cast thaumaturgy, right? And
roll
again,
wild magic table just because this time.
Well, no, this is a cantrip. Like,
it was wild magic from the last time. It's crackling through your body.
All right,
a little bit of a delay.
So I'm gonna roll a d20, and it's an 8. So
nothing
like,
happens.
yeah, nothing happens. Right,
Right.
Only on a 1. So I cast thaumaturgy, right, and in a voice. Again, this big, deep, booming voice. Speaking in Draconic, I say, drop your weapons and surrender now. And see what happens.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I got this. +6. 15 +6. 21.
Okay. So one of them drops his weapons immediately and starts shaking. The other one is like, that's that same voice, and kind of turns and looks at you. It was him,
bastard.
All right. Go ahead.
Wait,
Go ahead.
I have a bonus action. Yes.
Do you? So bonus actions are typically something you have based on abilities that are given to you.
Right,
So,
that's what I'm saying, right? Like, so, like, as a bonus, well, okay, no, wait a minute. So, as an action, I can still take a movement, correct?
movement's different. It's its own thing. So you can still
Right.
move, yes.
But I cast a spell, not a bonus action, but like I have movement. Like I cast the spell, now I can take movement. I am actually going to move up. The person who said, "Hey, that's the same that's the same guy that said that last time, right?" Like, I'm going to. I have 30 feet of movement. Can I get right in front of that person's face?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, I do. I literally. So that person, the human that said, that's the same guy that said that. I run to his immediately in front of his face.
Okay. You're there.
And then hold on. Wait. And then as a bonus action, so I can use sorcery points to gain additional as a bonus action. Hold on.
I forgot you had those.
Oh yeah, I'm wild magic, bitch. Like, yeah, right. So wait, so can I cast another? Oh god damn it! I can't cast another spell. All right, so like I'm right in front of this guy's face. Never mind. So I move up, and I'm right in front of this guy's face. He can clearly attack me. I don't care because I'm going to kill him next time. I thought I could use sorcery points to cast another spell, but clearly in 5e you cannot cast 2 spells in the same round. So
your first one was a cantrip.
Yeah.
So you can cast
a
another
cantrip,
spell.
and you can do like a level spell.
Mm-hmm.
So
you just can't do 2.
So
you can't do 2 that use the same casting time.
So are we saying that I can cast the cantrip, I can take my movement, and I can cast another spell? Are we all agreed I can do this?
As long as
Yes,
the other spell is a
but-
bonus action.
Yes, the spell has to be a
The
bonus
spell
action.
has to
Or
specifically say the casting time is a bonus action.
But I have no spells as bonus actions. I
Yeah,
guess.
so then you can't do it.
Then you can't.
Yeah.
There are very few. I only think there's like maybe 2.
Most of them
Yeah.
are
None are
paladin spells,
offensive.
actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I got like 4.
Doesn't Quicken make it a bonus action if you use
For level 1 and 2?
2 sorcery?
But I didn't use Quicken, so like that's my that I already right. But yeah, Quicken will allow you. You're right. So Drake, you're right. Quicken will allow you to but I can't do it. So I'm not going to cheat. I'm in front of this guy. He can now clearly attack me, Juice. It's fine.
All right,
It's fine.
Drew. You're like 15 feet behind all these guys. All of them. Like your party members. It's your turn.
All right.
Because you didn't move up last time, right?
Drew, save me!
He would have just moved up close enough to get his ice knife into the middle of the kobolds.
Right. So yeah, you're about, well, actually, you're about 30 feet away from the cultists because they started running before Safira did her thing.
He's going to look at the cultist that looks the healthiest.
They both look perfectly healthy. One
Okay.
dropped his sword because he was pissing himself.
All right, so he's not going to target the one that dropped his sword. Then he's going to target the other one.
The one that Saul's
Drew,
in his
save
face.
me. Yeah, right.
He's going to cast Ray of Frost at his back. And
Nice.
see.
Okay. So how does that work? You have to make an attack roll?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. That's 17 to hit.
Hits?
And 5 cold damage.
Ooh. So you blast him with this cold, and you can see the frost form over his robes. And you can see, Saul, you see him grab like his chest with his hand that doesn't have the sword in it. He's like, oh, and he gets like a chill, and he shivers.
And his speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay. It's Safira's turn now. Do you want to move, Drew, or are you good where you're at?
Yeah, he'll move towards the 2 cultists.
Okay. You want to close the gap and be within 5 feet, or?
No, he'll just move 20 feet.
Okay, so you're still about 10 feet away then. Okay. Safira.
So the cultist that he already attacked was the one that Saul is standing face to face with, correct?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and attack that one
Okay. With what?
Time, Safira.
with my flaming sword.
Oh, so he's frozen, and now you're going to use a flaming sword.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I mean,
Yeah, because the ice will crack and shatter.
not?
Yeah.
14.
Hits? Just describe what it looks like.
And that is 10 points of damage.
Yeah, he only had one.
So, Safira, after our friend Drew came up attacking him with his ice, Safira actually runs sort of up and in between his legs and stabs upwards towards this gentleman with her flame sword, and he falls over. She
Nice.
stands up, looks at Saul, and says, "You're welcome."
As soon as she...
Saul looks back at Safira as she says, "You're welcome," and winks at her and says, "Yeah, I guess sometimes it's okay to be like oddly short."
The remaining cultist just drops to his knees and like almost like he's accepted his fate and is looking at his dead friend right there and looks directly up at you, Safira, and says, "Please just kill me. Make it quick." What do you do, Safira?
She 100% decapitates him.
Wow! Oh my god!
Whoa.
Oh my god! Like,
And we're gonna end the session there.
Wow.
I have taught her well.
So yeah, I think that's a great stopping point. We killed the stragglers, whatever. So yeah. By the way, the prequels were not that bad, Bill. They're not that
prequels
bad.
were fucking awful. Like, oh my god! If I wanted to watch Senate Gridlock, I would watch C-SPAN. Like, get like the prequels were awful.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
I
bad.
mean, I mean, did you watch the new trilogy though? Because
I love the new trilogy.
The new trilogy.
Yeah, that
I love.
Juice.
I loved the second movie, but I was disappointed in the first, and I hated the last one of the new trilogy.
It's just the ending of the last one.
Okay. Here's what I'll give you.
We're talking Star Wars for you guys at home.
Here's what I'll give you. Here's what I'll give you. Backflipping Yoda, awesome. Senate,
yes.
I'll watch C-SPAN. Fuck off. That is the worst idea of any movie. Like, are you freaking kidding me? And also, like seriously.
Was that the first one or the second one?
Do you guys like nobody knew that he was Palpatine? Like, come on, freaking stupid. Are you oh, come on.
To be fair, in the new trilogy, how could they not have known it was Palpatine?
But that's my whole point. The prequels were the worst movies ever created. I can't.
Not the worst created ever.
I feel like
if you want to catch more of this discussion on Persuasion Check tomorrow night, as they'll be discussing the Star Wars.
I've seen movies way worse than the prequels.
Okay, wait.
So hang on. Bill, we should totally do a Star Wars discussion in the future.
Let's talk about who has.
Nobody sees that, Bill.
Right? Like
nobody sees it.
Let's talk about who has more cred, me or Juice.
You're the diehard fan. You're not the target audience.
All right.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Okay.
But we will talk about this not tomorrow. We will talk about this.
Melchior agrees with me.
We totally need to have one Persuasion Check episode dedicated to Star Wars RPGs.
Just Star Wars.
And we can talk about the movies with it.
And then we have to have one Persuasion Check dedicated to just Fallout, and Chance and I are going to debate New Vegas versus Fallout.
Oh,
like
Chance
I'm just
really
saying,
be
right?
A debate.
Yeah.
But Chance, you like to argue. You just have to take the opposite stance.
No. I like my points.
Chance's guide to the best Fallout build. Like, right.
It's the same as my guide to the best Skyrim build.
Just here's my thing.
All the way.
No. You're wrong. You are wrong. The best Fallout build is agility and luck, because you just you use the VAT system and you rely on luck to sort of renew your critical hits, right? Like, I'm just saying. So yeah.
Kids in the games.
It's agility and luck. It has nothing to do with perception. It's agility and luck. And fight me on that. You know what? Come on Persuasion Check tomorrow.
It's fine.
All of you, no. I'm talking to all of the Fallout fans out there. Fight me on this. Come on to Persuasion Check tomorrow.
Bill, we're out of time.
It is agility and luck.
We have 5 topics. We're not even gonna get through 2 of them.
Damn it!
You got to table it, man. We got to make a Google Doc of all the things we want to talk about, because we're never going to get through all of them.
Melchior's. I'd just like to point out in the chat, Melchior's technically wrong about his Cyclops comment. He said canonical.
Wrong? Like what?
Technically. So he's talking about Cyclops' I-beams aren't heat, they're force. Technically, his I-beams aren't really I-beams.
Chance,
Isn't it plasma?
No,
his eyes
I
open
thought it
into
was
another
too.
dimension that's just full of energy.
Yeah, that's right.
Ooh, it's intense electromagnetic radiation.
I just want to point out that there are 37 different Pantone colors, like Pantone designations for pine. Just so you know, I just
good
want
to know.
Point out that there are 37 Pantone variations of pine.
I'm glad you.
Fun fact. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, we should
So,
wrap up the stream.
Paula, that seems oddly specific. So
he's hitting all the one-liners.
I really am. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna end there. Wow, we just hit 10 viewers. People really want to hear us talk about pine, I guess. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. We have an episode of Persuasion Check tomorrow. What were the things we were going to talk about tomorrow, Bill?
We are talking We are talking about ghosts. We are talking about Emperor Palpatine.
Nope,
and-
that's not tomorrow. That's got to be a future one.
Oh, God.
Star Wars has to be a future episode.
Why? I really
Because
want
we already
to talk.
had like 3 things before that.
All right. We're talking about ghosts. We're talking about the fact that Safira is underutilized and totally, like
With her
not
flaming
worth-
sword.
And we're talking like, no, I'm kidding, Paula. I love you. You know I'm totally kidding.
Mhm.
We're talking about the combat. We're talking about combat wheelchair. We're talking about
That's what it was. That's going to take an hour right there.
we're talking about the combat wheelchairs. We're talking about ghosts. We're talking about Stars Without Number and how awesome BN Drake is at running that game and why he should run a game for us. And we're going to talk about
Monster of the Week. Did you watch that?
I did watch it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, sure, it was fine.
We got to talk about it because it sounds like you have an interesting take on it.
Okay, do we want to talk about this now or do we want to talk about it tomorrow?
Let's talk about it tomorrow. I made it on the list
Okay.
because I'm feeling it's going to be interesting now.
Well, I did watch the whole thing, and
Yeah.
I would ask Paula's opinion, right? Like,
Yeah.
It seemed boring to me, and I'm not like I'm getting like what I'm saying is like I watched the whole thing because it's
Right.
your channel, right?
Yeah, we were talking on Twitter.
If it were not your channel, I think I would have tuned out after the first hour because nothing was happening.
The story for you wasn't there.
It's
like,
very story based.
but there was no action.
You
Like
know?
no one did anything. There was no one was rolling dice. No one was and so Paula, I would ask your opinion, like as a player. So I know, like as a person who watched, and again, I appreciate everyone that played. It was like an all-star cast. It was a phenomenal cast. And I watched it because it was your channel, Juice. But like what I will say is what happened? I don't like
What? What?
no.
Yeah. I think
mean-
that's a fair question. So Paula and I talked about it afterwards. So I think the game was awesome. I was very entertained. So I felt like I was watching a Netflix series where you get through a couple episodes and it's a slow build to like the big thing that's going on, right? So clearly there's not to if you guys are interested in watching like a horror themed game, I think you might enjoy it, especially if you like a slow build.
Maybe we
But
should just end
the
the
role
stream
play
and then
was
we should
great.
just talk about this
Wait.
afterwards.
Was it
Yeah.
horror themed or was it like a parody of Scooby-Doo?
Well, that was just Bill
That was just
Dave's
Dave.
character.
That was just Dave's character.
Because I don't think that it was scary at all, right? Like and again,
One of
and
the
I'm not-
players told us they were genuinely creeped out last night.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I don't know that I would go that far.
Yeah, it could just
But-
be me. Yeah.
Okay, so let's just end
Go
it.
check
We
it
can
out.
talk
Let
about it
us
in a
know
minute.
if you think it's like Scooby-Doo or if you think it's legit creepy or what do you think? Because I actually think it was really interesting to watch. I would watch that over this game like almost any day because I think Colin's a great DM and it was great role play.
100% agree, right? Like we're idiots, right? Like so
We're beer and pretzels. That was very
Dude,
serious last night.
I'm not saying that at all, right? Like what I'm saying is I don't necessarily feel that it delivered on what it was hyped to be. And I'm not saying
What was it
bad.
hyped in your opinion? Just being a hot horror?
I thought it was hyped to be like this scary, like
Sure.
spooky, and I don't necessarily think it was. I'm not. Please
No, you're good.
understand.
You're good.
I'm not saying it was bad. I enjoyed it. I I'm not. I'm saying that I don't necessarily. Anyway, all right. I'm gonna stop because now like. I feel
Okay,
like
just
you're interpreting me and like you're like hey, yeah, right. So yeah.
We'll
Cameron
pencil it.
says it was cool and spooky. Not
Yeah.
goofy until the telepathic hobo fairy. I don't know. I didn't think it was creepy, but I don't get scared by RPGs at all, like no matter what.
Because you don't
that's
believe
just me.
So yeah, right.
All right, guys, we're gonna end it there.
Wait. I
Oh,
can't
sorry, go
know end it there.
Yes, we're ending it. Yes. Yes.
No, we're ending.
Go.
Bill, you're
Roll
done.
Roll stats. Roll
I'm
stats.
not,
Push the
We're
red
done.
button now.
We're
I'm
done.
not saying it was bad. I'm saying I enjoyed it. I'm saying it was good. I'm saying it was not.
His cup of tea.
I don't
Yeah,
don't
dude,
know.
we got it.
We understand.
Like-
Go.
Bill, bye.
All right.
You